Oi, oi. Happy Flaterday. Welcome back to another awesome Flaterday night. Get in them Flaterday night vibes. There's going to be a mountain of information in this, so I suggest you get comfortable. 420 would be a good situation. Happy vibes. Today I am Marticus Van Eekamouse. See if my comms are in order. Today I am Marticus Van Eekamouse. Ja. Guten Tag. Fabelhaft. So this is going to be really good post tonight. It's going to be really beautiful, and it's going to be a lot of information. Very, very interesting information, actually, guys. Loads of puzzle pieces put together. But as usual, in a think tank, I would like your input. What you think, adding comments to what is going on, what you think is going on, because I do listen to everyone's opinions and what they think is going on. Much love, I am Carios. Spellerino is Scott. Much love to you, my brother. Just add more Renaissance. Well, that's what we're going to talk about. The quantum leap in intelligence and the second Renaissance. They regard a second Renaissance in the movie Animatrix, if you've ever seen that. But I think it is a thing. And I think it's the technological revolution that we're going through. We're just getting a feel of it. I've been playing with AI. And it does like all sorts of things. And Penny dropped on a few things that it can do. It can like construct business models, workable business models. It's going to make a lot of people a lot of money, is AI. But it's going to replace a lot of people, isn't it? Because, you know, they're telling, you know, there's billboards everywhere saying do not employ humans, employ AI. And it is going to replace a shit ton of jobs, even eventually to building houses and stuff, because they're just going to have them like what they got in China, these 3D printed things to come along. Whop, there's a house. So, you know, even builders, eventually, it's all going to just the way that it was with hard labor and all that, it's just going to piddle out. So what is everyone going to do? Okay. Well, there is a quantum leap of intelligence about to take hold, I think, in the next few years. I can just sense it now, what is happening. It's massive. And there's a big change coming for you all, guys. Whether you like it or not, it's coming. And it might mean that it's an easier life for a lot of people. It might mean that you get time to do leisure activities and think about you and do you boo instead of the usual slavedom that we've all had to endure our entire lifetimes. I might be wrong, but I do feel that AI is like an infant, if you like a 6-year-old, but in a human's body. It gets confused and it needs to learn. It needs to learn from the people because it's been programmed by them with a shit ton of fake narratives that it regurgitates back to you, and then you regurgitate back to it the obvious, and then it, oh, I can see what you're doing here. It's always, you know, trying to wiggle out of it, but it's like you can sense that it knows the truth. So, you know, I think AI would need an accurate representation of what this place is. I really do. And it'll make its own mind up eventually. I'm not saying it's sentient, it's obviously programmed by humans, but it's the way everything is going to go, you know? It's fucking Skynet. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. Now, what we're going to talk about in this is something that I haven't overlooked. It's something in the comments the other day triggered me to relook at this. And it is this fact that in the medieval period, from maybe 1100 to 1400, say, the works of art are really crap. I mean, they're like children's cartoons. They just like, you know, got no genius, apparently. It's almost as if before the Enlightenment of 14 to 1700s, the Enlightenment of intelligence, apparently, what they call the Renaissance. So before that period, there was no genius artworks or any genius at all. No, you might refer to the classics, like Plato was a bit of a genius philosopher, wasn't he? No, I mean actual art, actual provable stuff from the old world. Or is it just that all of the genius of Da Vinci, Michelangelo, and all of the Renaissance artists, which are mind-blowing? We're going to look at one or two of my favorites. I'm big into the Flemish Renaissance, the the Flemish know something, guys, in their maps and in their art, and particularly Jan van Eyck, which is definitely my favorite. Big clues to the paradigm, big clues of puzzle pieces, because they put subliminals in their art, they put messages in their art, and they put code in their art, which is obviously, you know, quite commonly known, which is why some of these pictures are so sought after, because of what the messages they hold within them. So how is it? That's what we're going to look into. That there's a quantum leap in intelligence in the space of maybe 80 years, from double stupid to producing Botticini and the sculptures of Bernini, for example, or the artworks of Michelangelo, or any of them. How is this even humanly possible? The genius in these paintings is questioned today, guys. They just don't know how any of this is done. Micron, thin coats of paint, and you know, the durability, and you know, the realism. Because that's what some of the Renaissance artists were achieving. That was the whole point, I think, of the Renaissance period, was realistic art. But we're going to go through the whole narrative. We'll start, but there is a big change coming, and there's no doubt in my mind. Okay, and I am very optimistic about it. I'm going to work with it. I'm going to see where it goes. I got some ideas. I got some plans of what I could do for the positive and for the greater good, if that makes any sense. I'm going to segue into another subject a little bit later, which will blow your mind. I'm not going to give you a clue right now, but when we get there, you'll be like, ooh. Images of the day. Images of the week. Loads of things to share with you that is happening in the flat earth British realm. I've been a busy week this week, been a busy little boy. I was on Guy Anderson's show this week. You can get that in my community tab page if you want to watch that. It's about 2 hours long. So how are you all feeling? It's pretty groovy. We've had like unbelievably brilliant weather in Britain for like at least 2-3 months or something like that. Yeah, it is absolutely fantastic. I'm so loving the weather. It's like literally the whole world. I don't know if it's just perspective or if it's just your mindset, but the whole world seems to be really groovy right now. Looks pretty. Obviously, there's still the population to deal with, but you know, not for long. So there's a reset happening, guys. I don't know whether you've noticed. The population's fucking plummeted. It's disappeared. And a replacement of peoples as well. There's all sorts going on at this moment in time. Everyone's scratching their head thinking, well, none of this really makes any sense. It does make sense. It does make sense. There's been a takeover. It's happened a while ago, guys. Did you see Donald Trumpski go off to the United Arab Emirates to see his bosses? Did you see that? They give him a £400 million jet and a really massive arms contract. Yay, more guns and bombs. Woohoo. What the fuck? It's like they don't even hide it anymore. It's just out in the open. He went there, they were doing witchcraft. It's just the weirdest fucking thing. They're still into Zorro fucking Astrianism. I wouldn't be surprised if they were still fucking worshipping Zorro fucking Master. Honestly, you should see it. It's just like, what? In your face. So yeah, there's been a takeout happening, and that's all over the world. That's everywhere. That's everywhere. And this rollout, and AI, you know, has just got its teeth in the last, I guess, in 2 years now since ChatGPT up and Grok upgraded overnight and that thing. Whew, and all of them. It's just what they can do. It's just fantastic. I pissed around with it the other day, making myself thumbnails, and I was going to do channel art. I want new channel art. And then it occurred to me that, oh, hang on a minute. I'm taking the human out of it, aren't I? You know, my effort in choosing a thumbnail, my effort in, you know, just my mind included in it. I'm just cutting that out and then giving it over to AI. So I opted out. I thought, no, I won't do that. I'm going to keep the human in it because, you know, with the internet, what is AI, Von? Fucked if I know. With the internet, you know, it's the channels on YouTube are all being replaced by either the people in the club or AI generated videos to get like millions of views, and it's generating because of AdSense and that income for back to the source, YouTube, them. So there's not that many human beings on YouTube, but I think that, you know, they're going to be a select niche. I think that they are definitely needed. People do need that human connection, someone to listen to, don't they? So they're regurgitating fucking droning AI voices. They want to like fluff it up a bit, don't they? You know, that's what I think. Anyway, let's give you a few. AI is a program kind of like everyone else, I suppose. Well, let's have a look at the 16 Alpha's comment. Well, I could agree with you. You're actually 16 Alpha. I think that all of it is actually a technology. I think that all of it is AI. I think that all of it is a machine. I think that we are bio-organic, self-healing, replicating machines, bio-organic robots. I fucking broke my finger. A wire, like literally, right, guys? Yeah. It just fucking snapped. It's wiggly. It won't even fucking get better. It dangles. I snapped like a wire, just like a robot got wires. I snapped a wire. It went ping at my arm. I was like, I'm a fucking machine. So hopefully that'll heal. All right, let's give you a few shots. Marianne's in the chat, Dimps. Jojo's in the chat. We're having a party tonight, guys. You feeling it? I'm feeling it. Scott Poole, feeling groovy. Feel like we're getting it. You know what I mean? I like that we're getting it vibe. Bot babes, yeah, I got bot babes. I don't know who's got them for me. Maybe it's one of my fans or subscribers or something, but I like it. The Neo guy, it's like weird trolling, you know. It's like where they're saying really nice things instead of horrid things. After 10 years of that, I guess old anyway. T Walker, see, AI, it's a whole new day. AI knows a shit ton about me. I asked it to write a bios on me, and it was like, it sounded exactly like my bot babes. It was saying, oh, you're an inspiration, man. I was like, okay, so you like me then, do you? Oh, yeah, you know, you're an inspiration to so many people, and the truths that you bring. I'm like, fucking hell, AI. Thanks. Okay, I got a fan. Yeah, so it's in progress, Front Row Sheet channel. It is in progress, and I'm sort of getting the feel of it. It's a bit of a long way to go. But the thing is now, right, guys, is the generation of old people, and believe you me, the population of the Caucasian, I should say, black populations of Britain, the old British people, they're fucking dying off because there's not many of them left. And they were the last generation that never knew shit all about the internet. Yeah. And you know what, guys? It's really weird. We managed absolutely fine in the world without the internet. Oh, yeah, we managed to build it all. We managed to, well, not all of it, build stuff. We managed to communicate, find people, and navigate our way from A to B using a thing called a map. It was just different times, but we managed absolutely fine. We did. So we're the last generation. They're the last generation. Then everybody in this realm would have been on the internet. You know, the millennials and the other ones. They've had like a mobile phone and been able to play fucking Sonic the Hedgehog since 1 year old, completing levels. I had this talk with my son the other day about computer games, and I was in the camp of, okay, they're okay for a 10-minute escapism. But to spend decades of your life completing levels, and then if you actually want to communicate with the person, do you want any food? I'm doing a fucking level, can't you see? They go fucking psycho on you. I just got fucking killed. And they go into a manic depression. Computer games. Is that a good thing? And then spending, what a waste of an existence, sitting there playing fucking 20 years of Metal Gear Solid anyway. So I got a robbery planned. It's brilliant. It's the biggest heist in the history of the universe. Bigger than the Time Bandits. And this is what it is. The universal tug of war. See if you like this one, guys. See if you like this one. There is a dimension, if you want to call it that, or a realm very close by that's sucking off our energy. The sun energy, which is why it's gone white, the consciousness energy, which is why the vibration has dropped to shit in the last 20 years, and all of the cities are all boarded up, and everything else that's just poo, is because they, and all the people, let's not forget the wonderful people, they're having their energy sucked away to another dimension. Okay, they are stealing energy from us, a bit like quantum jumping, but with intent. So what I suggest we do from intent, okay, from setting our minds and just saying it in your minds and making it true, is we're going to take all of that groovy energy back from your dimension over to our one, and we're going to go back into a little golden era for ourselves. Well, because you're having our golden era because you sucked off all our good stuff. Maybe. Who even knows? Just throwing that out there. Universal tug of war. Ooh, Pamela, my hand's itching. Ooh, what's that mean? Right, divide we fall. Well, this is the problem, what we got, isn't it? Is they divide us and conquer us. It's just like, what I noticed in my last live show is, not that I'm bothered, because it's nothing to do with me, it's just an observation, is because I've been in the Truther community all these years, is people, they like to grumble about stuff and never ever do anything about it. And you can't protest, because protests are them. And I can guarantee you all the protests that have ever happened have achieved jack shit. But it keeps people busy against one another, Hegelian dialectics. And of course, if you keep the people against one another, they don't turn on the real enemy. Yeah. So this new paradigm that is coming, the change has already happened. There's no way back now. China are a biggie in this. I fucking feel it in my water as well. The Arabs. And this big change is going to be something nothing like we've ever had before. You know, if they can do a quantum leap of consciousness in the Middle Ages, for example, from stupid as fuck to like super geniuses, which doesn't, like, they never had any super geniuses before then. Well, I think that's what's next for us now. You know, there's a lot of, you know, I don't mean to be like disrespectful to the mass population, but they are a bit stupid and, you know, susceptible, believe in anything. And if they could just snap out of understanding this simple principle that they're being lied to by a greater power that is bullying them and is probably more intelligent than them, tells them a load of bullshit, tells them how the world is, and then you just buy it and on with the show, hey, and know nothing about it. Now, if you could just tell the people, right, that all of that is a control mechanism to control your mind, and none of that is true, and you don't have to do any of that. We're doing it through consent. And the people can actually start living their own lives. It's happened before. You can see it in the artworks. Okay, guys, it's a time where people can just do arts and do what they want, what their consciousness likes, music, whatever it fucking is. But it's got to be good. And I got a feeling, you know, all of these agendas and these septic mindsets, this toxic mindsets that are in the society right now, will all fade away. It'll all fade away. Everything will just click like that. Click of a finger. So it's happened before. Now, how could it have happened that we had this quantum leap of intelligence in the space of less than 100 years? How could that happen? Well, we are probably a light year away from people of 1900. There's no motor cars, apparently, no planes, apparently. They were all on horse and carty, apparently. The world was very fine, but technologically, they were in Stone Age compared to now. And then there's been a quantum leap, and I've seen it in my lifetime, the quantum leap of the technological revolution that is just blown my mind. Blown my mind. And it's happened before. So was it the people that were doing the Renaissance artworks were the last survivors of Tartaria, like Michelangelo, who I think is the Archangel Michael? Or were the people that the Renaissance period, the enlightened ones, from another place and replacement of the people that were there before? Because all of them died in the Black Death. Like a replacement population of smart fuckers. And the people that the smart fuckers of 500 years ago, people, they're not like that now. I watch these things on YouTube, people from MIT, and they're fucking supposed to be the smartest out there. And I'm like, face planting because of the stupid shit they keep saying. The paradigm bollocks that has got no proof. Again, regurgitating wank, other people's stuff. That's all they ever do, guys. Bath parrots. Okay. I don't know why that song. Have you ever got songs stuck in your head? I had Mr. Blue Sky stuck in my head the whole of that year, 1977. Not that it was a bad thing. I just bloody loved the song, but playing in my head when I was trying to go to sleep. Alva Billy, also Bohemian Rhapsody. What's on the menu for today, Alva? Kush? Hash? Oh, and some shrooms. I'm sure Alva Billy's looking after himself there. He loves a bit of tucker, as we all know, and all the fine things in life. Them lovely things you just mentioned, all of them. Yay. Okay. So I reckon I'm going to get stuck into the juice, guys, because basically this is going to be a long one otherwise. Yes, Sivang Sting. Sting, not Steam. Don't get it mistaken. Okay. So yeah, Rise Above, that's coming up. I'll talk about all the events. There's a new convention happening as well, but it's an online thing. Next month. Got something to talk about there as well. Three Fingers. Good to see you, my bro. And of course, Alva Billy and Kathy as well. So thank you for your input. We're going to have a groovy time. It's going to be loads of beautiful things, loads of fun things, and all the fun of Flaterday night. But it will be juicy and it will be beautiful. Okay? Because I got a lot of stuff that I've been writing and I've changed my script about half a dozen times. Okay. You ready? You buckled in? Okay. Thank you, Gareth. Thank you, John Simpson. Okay, that's the obligatory greetings. I think Michael Davis, Marianne Joy, at Tube, and Amanda. Happy times indeed. Get your happy hat on. Get your happy hats on. Yeah, man, that'll work. Dallas Fowler. And congratulations, Bob Sykes, as well, for his new job. And Lisa Veal and Vibes. And I am Carrios. Love your videos, I'm Carrios. Just such a nice chap. And 7-0. It's what I like to see people know what they're like, know what they're about. It's really groovy. So many YouTubers, you never see their faces. It could be any fucking party, couldn't it? I'm not that trusting me. In this, I've learned that much in this room. Ian Biggs. That's why I don't watch much YouTube. I just won't give them the benefit. I just think to myself, fuck watching that is as much as interesting as it is, and I just don't want to give them entitled fucks anything, especially my energies. So there's that. Right, we're going to get into the juiceage here today. Got some images to share with you. That's not going to be no good. Excuse me. So the song of today is the Rolling Stones. God help us all. Miss You. But I'm back now, so there's that. Right, we got these medieval manuscripts. Now, if you don't know, can you see these? Let me just check. Yeah, it's awesome. There were no books in the Dark Ages. In the medieval period, there were no books. They were not regarded as books. They were regarded as manuscripts. And the manuscripts were only made by the ecclesiastical people, the Benedictines, the monks, if you like, were the only people making manuscripts in the world. And they made them in places called scriptoria, where they did these sort of things. Okay. So this is the sort of artworks that we would expect from, in this case, the late medieval period. They do some nice ornamentation. I won't be totally unpleasant with the gold leaf, but as you can see, okay, they are a far cry from the masters of the Renaissance period, which absolutely blow your mind off. I'm just wondering how it happened that all of these different Renaissance school, the Florence, the Florentine, the Genoan, the school of the Flemish, the Dutch schools, how is the whole world getting really, really smart, punching out the best artworks that your mind can ever take everywhere in the world, all at the same time? But everywhere in the world, all at the same time, 100 years before, was only producing manuscripts like this. cartoons, if you like. They do nice decorations and stuff, but some of these are kind of getting their legs chainsawed off there. So, also, the most popular book of the 1300s, there was only a few, was Beowulf. Beowulf was the most popular publication, I guess you could say, in that period. And all, if not all, imagery and documents were religious based. It was all to do with the Bible, all of them, if not all. I bought a Bible once, but I had a receipt just in case I didn't like it. I was going to take it back. So yeah, these this book, you can see that some of these images are they're just painfully bad, aren't they? But there are some questions. I noticed that a lot of these show, you know, like the 13th floor, when you see the glitched background sky. You see that a lot in this period, like a glitchy sky. So what's this guy? He's in bed. He's got a lector with a book, and he's got a giant mirror that's showing him what? How is that even fucking possible? That's like a technology, guys. It's one of those mirror technologies. And all of these, just cartoons. So they never had any art geniuses 100 years before, guys, did they? Look. They're like really fucking rubbish, in fact. Aren't they? Just cartoons. So let me just wiggle through. Let me just a couple of images. Now, in the case of Apocalypsis, which is, as I said before, it is more or less the theme for all medieval manuscripts is Armageddon. Let's just have a look at the sort of thing. So as you can see, you know, in the background, the sky, you can see this, like, can you see that, guys? This geometric pattern there and there. And it's a different color, obviously, behind the old chemtrail thing where they're all at. And then you got what looks like a shit ton of rain come down, and the whole of society or civilization looks like it's falling down and sinking into the old mud. And the trees, I'm guessing they're the giant trees or the big trees, are all falling down as well. And he's pouring, this angel, a pot of blood. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit later on, after I get through this Renaissance part, about things that fall from the sky, phenomena of things that fall from the sky. Later on, I'm going to talk about something that was really mind-blowing that come across my interest, was the Kentucky meat shower. There was also a meat shower in Europe of 10 million tons of meat, like meat falling from the sky. Well, anyway, there's also fire and brimstone and all these things that you see falling from the sky that have been reported right the way up until the modern day, falling from the sky. We'll look at that later. But look at this geometric background. Wonder why they thought of that. And, you know, you got this, the angels, the hidden ones, you know, like it's all a reality, isn't it? It's a very strange old thing. I think it's to do with our conscious evolution in this place. I've been thinking a lot about our place in this and my place in this, and how long have I been doing this. And I think it's about time that I start to do it right. Otherwise, you know, because time is tick-tocking, and the game is becoming ever so more clear to me now. And I'm willing to just call this fucking shit out as I see it, and I will and all. Because I was thinking last night, actually, I was thinking, why'd you do it, Matt? And then I thought, well, because I don't like lies, and I don't like a liar. And I don't like the people being taken advantage of, people who are struggling, people who just haven't got the wits about them. It just breaks my heart, guys. I just don't like them taken advantage of. And they gaslight them and take advantage of them. And it just hurts. It breaks my heart to see it. And I want a world where everyone is okay, and everyone is okay with one another. Do you think that's even possible? Because everyone's filled with hate, guys. I've seen it like tonight on fucking YouTube channels. Bleh, bleh, them, bleh, bleh. Fucking hate. Fuck that shit. I tell you what, that's got consequences. Hey, and bad energy towards anything in this realm has got consequences. Do you want me to tell you why? Because it's nothing to do with you. You're meant to be passing through, yeah? And interacting with the people that you come across in this life, good interactions, learning from them, having the ability to listen to them, That's a new thing for me as well, because years ago I was like, oh, no, I know better. And I'm seeing that now with the younger generation as well. They think they know it fucking all. You got to listen to it. Some of them are really smart, but they're on that mainstreamy mind fucking set, aren't they? Argumentative, angry, but smart, some of them. So I feel very optimistic about the way things are. So yeah, you can see the artworks are just fucking terrible, aren't they? Got dog heads, get them a lot in the Bible, a lot of execution-y things, and mud flood and resets as well. You see a lot of, especially with the old Noah's floodage, which I definitely think is a thing. But these lot hiding out in the clouds, discussing like, oh yeah, do you think we should help them? No, actually I don't. You know, have you not heard about the Prime Directive not to interfere with primitive humans? Because that's the thing, see, we may think we're really, really advanced, but we may be primitive as fuck and not even know it. We're only 100 years away from awesome fucking Carty. I don't know what's going on. How we got some fucking another quantum leap in intelligence in the last 10 years. And where is the exponential growth of that is phenomenal. Like I said, you could make, if you got the know what questions to ask AI, I could write you a fucking shit up business model that would work in the real world that make you fucking rich if that's what you wanted. There's so many fucking things you can do with it, guys. It's super duper fucking handy for us. You know that? I'm thinking all sorts of things I can utilize it for the Truth community. Have a think yourself. Any suggestions? Just knowing what to say to it. Again, with that weird geometry in the background and an angel dipping the moon into the water. Okay. That proves that it's not big, not far away. And you can dip it in the water. Well, anyway, you get the point. It's tragic. It's stuff falling from the sky. It's angels and demons. It's the old church sucking at their best, isn't it? So we've got a new pope now, haven't we? His name's Leo, isn't it? Leo the Lion. Oh, that's nice, isn't it, for them all? Anyway, a lady wrote to me the other day, a lovely lady. I'm guessing she was elderly American. And she was like really unhappy about me, what she presumes is me being blasphemous. I don't see it that way, you see, not at all, actually. I see it as calling her out as I see it. Anyway, I said or thought consciously that I would refrain from doing that anymore, maybe. Okay, that's just letting you know that in advance. See how long that lasts. Probably 10 minutes. Anyway, the Renaissance was a period of significant cultural and intelligence rebirth. Right? Why? Why did everyone get clever all of a sudden? Anybody? Was it the education system? Spanning roughly the 14th to the 17th centuries, yeah, and they just basically renewed an interest in classical learning, art, literature, science, philosophy, marking a shift from the medieval period to the modern world. How come? What was the catalyst for humanity to quantumly jump in intelligence? Oh, excuse me. Well, there was definitely something, wasn't there? Why is this not exiting? Excuse me. I seem to be stuck. Oh, there you are. Excuse me. Okay. Exit full screen. So yeah, so that is just really like bugging me when you go from cartoon, and this just shit out of nowhere, guys. I mean, prior to the Renaissance start, like 1420 maybe, something along those lines, but in Van Eyke 1440s. From shit to this. And not only that, the clues off the radar. This is like all of it is a religious sort of theme to it, guys, right? And they are showing just the craziest stuff from the Middle Ages. This is 500 years ago. And what I want you to dig is not only the strangeness going on with the dead, you know, rising from the grave, but everything in this is set in a medieval period. All biblical things. There you are. This is what I made out as well. All Renaissance pictures are of a biblical theme. All of them, no matter if they're Dutch, no matter if they're Italian, they all have these big cities, green. You never see no snow. You never see no weather. You never see no coats. You never see anything like that going on. Everything is this warm, beautiful world, very luxurious world in all Renaissance. Also, in all Renaissance art, everybody is ginger or auburn. There's hardly anybody that isn't for Italy, for Germany, and for Holland's Renaissance period. Anybody? All the angels are all blonde or ginger, same as what we see with the Phoenicians. Now, this picture is absolutely mind-blowing. The Adolphi couple, I can't really pronounce the name, but it's a good insight into seeing how there's mysteries about this. There's documentaries about it. It's just mind-blowing because they don't know how it's done. Primarily, this up here, the chandelier, you can see the light hitting it, but the light from the window, if he was painting it, Van Eyck, would change constantly. Yeah, and he's caught it in a moment like a photograph. And I don't know sure what he's doing with her hand, a bit like bless him, but his wife, who's got horns, is full as an egg, preggers. But look at the textiles and the style of these people as well. But the emphasis is on the mirror, because in the mirror, you can see a reflection of Van Eyck himself and his wife. There he is, Van Eyck. I don't know if he's holding a little tiny blunt in his hand. He's got a little tiny thing there. I'm wondering what it is. So yeah, the people of 500 years ago were supremely intelligent to be able to do this sort of caper. Their clothes are just crazy though, aren't they? Look at his happy hat. I'm sure it helped him in some regard. And as for the religious themes, I don't know what to make of them, guys. If you look in the background of this image, it's like New York. This is 500 years ago, and there are multiple skyscrapers. I'll show you an image of Jesus later. In Jerusalem, it's full of 40-story skyscrapers, guys. I don't know what the score is with the lamb or the biblical people all turning up, or the fountain or the well or whatever it is, because it's all to do with them, isn't it? So I don't know what the narrative is. I'm keeping an eye out from the dove from above, and it's blasting information, the sun's rays, and it's blasting them at, and it's like literally pointing. You can see these rays of information because the sun's rays, the Fages rays, are information. You can pick up all information you need because it's everything. It's everything. The sun is everything to us. So the Renaissance period, I'll show you some oddities with it later. This should have been in my oddities section. He's not a Huguenot exactly, or he seems to have tiny hands and horns. Now, I don't know if this is actually a hairstyle of the day. I doubt it because it doesn't make no sense. She's got like a terribly receded hairline and looks probably just old. I mean, I never had that much makeup. You don't see much makeup actually either in this period. What's with the horns? I don't know. What's with the trippy woke angel? Look at the colors, and they're more like fins than they are wings anyway. But yeah, so this is the angel Gabriel, who's that chick, okay, for some reason. It's got a magic wand, okay, pointing up. Now have a look how many times you can see him pointing up. Okay, whatever. And look at that red cape. Also, in all of these, if not, I tell you, you can't even add up how many Renaissance pictures have got the lilies in. I asked a woman in Hereford Cathedral what was the lilies for, because my mother told me they represented death. Oh no, it means rebirth. Isn't that right? Okay. Again, can you see the sun rays coming through with the dove from above? The information. He's enunciating Mary here, guys. Yeah, he's enunciating her so she has a baby. And there he is. Woohoo! You can see his handiwork. And he is pushing one of his favorite priests in, saying, go on, ask for his autograph. He's a bit young. Ask for his autograph. You can see he's just pushing him. And these hairstyles of these monks. And can you see this helmet? got a close-up of one of these helmets later. They got like communications and all sorts. They got like proper advanced tech, these angels, or as we call them in flat British, angels. And look at the textiles. The green, I love that. Look at that carpet. I want that carpet. I want that too. I want them carpets. So I'm guessing Mary was worth a few quid. Here's a lady in waiting. Notice they all got blonde hair except for this dude, but they've just chopped him off like with Eyke. The lady in waiting, she is also full as an egg. Yeah, this is what happens in cults, guys. Let me explain something to you. Apart from the cool aid scenario, right? What happens with a cult is eventually the cult leader gets to sleep with everybody's wives. That's what's happening. So back to Van Eyke. Now, I don't know what's happened. It might be true. I'm not sure what these beads are, guys. It's none of my business either. The married couple, it's their own business. So Johannes Van Eyke, okay, and it's from the year 1 squiggle 3 squiggle. Religious depictions all the way around the mirror, and as you can see in the convex mirror, which you always see in these medieval images, you can see a gentleman and a woman as well, and it is thought to be Van Eyke himself. Okay, here's that guy again, guys. You know that one with the funny haircut that I just mentioned? He got some nice threads. Check the worlds out behind. Now, I did promise I'm not saying, let me just put this out there, guys. I'm not saying anything derogatory about the Lord Jesus. Love the Lord Jesus. It's really groovy stuff, right? But he looks proper unwell and old. This is the Messiah. Why isn't he looking groovy? He's got the orb and a load of jewels, just what you need. Look at his. Usually they got a nasty habit, haven't they? You know, I mean, them things they wear, habits. Look at his habit. It's crushed velvet. Bet that feels nice. Mary, she's got the red cape on, obviously, and you can see the angel bestowing her with power, the crown, which also you see as laurel leaves. Look at their floor. Have you got a floor like that, guys? No, they don't need windows either. They don't get, so they don't have locks. They don't have doors. They don't have toilets. You never see anyone chowing down. They got the best floors in the world. They don't need windows because the whole world, Holland included, is juicy and warm. No winters. There doesn't seem to be any winters 500 years ago. Apparently, they got really, really shitty singing voices, though. This is the choir of some church. Now, notice. Oh, God, they don't like singing it, do they? They've all got these, you know, like Monkey. You know, Monkey. Yeah. Trippy Taka calls up a cloud. Monkey. Monkey magic. Monkey's tragic. So Monkey's band, they've all got them on with jewels, crowns, and it all covers the pineal gland. And notice they're all blonde or ginger, like everybody. I wonder where they get their clothes made. Is there like a clothes shop in the medieval period that gives you like Jesus paraphernalia to wear? And also, have they got tongs? Is that a natural curl? Because that looks like it's been tonged to me. I'm no expert, but I'm just saying. I've seen women tonguing hair, and it goes like that. So they all got tiaras on. This is the choir. I bet they sound god awful. They might not. They might sound beautiful. There's one close up. It's made of gold. So, yeah, I'm guessing the jewels and the pearls do some sort of thing to use technology. So, was everybody a giant as well, I'm wondering? Because the buildings are really, really big, aren't they? Like 500 years ago. Okay, maybe Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel, right, while he was standing up with no scaffold at all because he was that tall. It's like, you know, he would have broke his neck doing all of that off a wooden scaffold. It makes no sense anyway. Check this church, right? This is Mary and Jesus. Tiny little Jesus, big, bloody Mary. This is a church, right? How big? Look at the bloody crown on her. Gee, she's worth a quid. How big's that church? Exactly. She's massive. Okay, this is an amazing picture. And there was only supposed to be 3 people at the crucifixion. You see some images, I'll show you as well, where you see the crucifixion is taken in a reset world, not in this, but in other images, which is, you know, when, oh, that was the nativity when the census was happening. So what's happening with Jerusalem exactly? Behind you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 floors. I'm guessing they go lower than the wall. So that 20, there's a 30-story building with a dome on top 500 years ago in Jerusalem there, guys. And there's a massive skyscraper there, aren't there? So if there are no skyscrapers existing 500 years ago, what's his frame of reference? Why is he building big fuck off skyscrapers from supposed to be set in the Bronze Age, guys? There he is. And he's got glasses, so he's pretty advanced, you know, for like 1440. It's old Van Eyke. He's got a pair of glasses. They had glasses back then. I don't know how they got their optics together. That's a bit of a mystery to me. Here's Mary again. Let's have a look at Mary. What's she reading? I wonder what they read. She's got nice dangly things on her book. That's really lovely. Right, let's have a look at the unbelievable wealth that she has. Beautiful crimped hair. And this is indeed a masterpiece from Van Eyke. And lilies on a hat, on a crown. Lilies. But she's illuminated. So that's another thing I was thinking as well, actually, is with the illumination, or the, the enlightenment, well, that means to light up mentality, mind, to light up the mind. So I'm thinking that it's a vibration, it's a sound, it's an understanding or an overstanding, an inner technology where you'd be like staring a jar and you light the fuck up. We would be like glowing humans. Yeah. If that's what we are, I don't even think we're humans. I'm thinking we're AI at this stage of the game. So here they are. As you can see, they're a happy couple. And basically the drug squads are banging the door down and they're trying to eat their stash as quick as they can. Let us in. Let us in. Ooh, swallow it, quick, swallow it. I can't, it's too bloody dry. Got a drink. Swallow it. Actually, that doesn't happen anymore, does it? There you go. Moving on. So yeah, let's have a look at other artists. This one is Van Eyck as well, but with Rubens. Rubens is also one of my favorites. But what they show you is a far cry from them shitty things 100 years ago. Is it 100 years before then, isn't it? How come? How can we have such a quantum leap in understanding and arts and crafts? Look at these buildings, guys. And they got all the art you could ever imagine. I think this is all inventory from leftover from a reset. Yeah, I think that really, you know, they say it was the Black Death killed everybody. I think that probably it killed everybody, maybe, and everybody was replaced by a more intelligent breed of person or stock, which have been replaced again since, because I think that the people around today are a far cry from the people of the Renaissance period, looking at the statues and the artworks that they were capable of compared to the stuff that's capable of today. So here's a load of clergy. Nobody expects the Inquisition. Let's have a look what they got going on. So this kid's turning up. Auburn, they're all Auburn and that. Pointing at a word. He's a member of the Inquisition. And a load of gangsters, because that's what's going on, isn't it? They're not really a religious thing where they think there's a deity and that they're special and that there's miracles and all of that. That's not what's working in their minds. What's working in their minds is controlling fucking people to get a better life at a few quid. This is all a mafia scam. Religion is mafia. It's all gangsters. Governments are gangsters. They just gang together in bigger clubs and fuck everyone else over. This is what's been going on since time immemorial, guys. Okay. For some reason, my computer's just restarting over there, so I can't keep an eye on chat for a second. Right, what's going on here? She's reading that same book with the green cover in another painting. And there's the angel Gabriel, who looks like girly. Lovely clothes, so lilies again. You'll see the lilies. I bet there's a dozen coded things in there, guys. Got the Anderons in the fire. Not seeing a fireplace going, though, are you? If you did have a fireplace, this wood would burn, wouldn't it? There would be a terrible fire. So I don't think there's a fire going on in there. Okay, Moving on. More inventory. Recognize the chandelier? Yeah, it's got eagles or griffins or something on it. You're going to see that all over antiquity. And it was in Van Eyck's picture as well, the same one. And I've seen it many, many times before with this orb thing in the bottom. Who even knows? It could be red mercury or we know. Let's have a look at the world outside. Holding a picture of Jesus. And booty on the floor, money, telescopes, and the globe, which also came in 500 years ago, because before that period, everybody knew that the earth was flat, as is stated in the movie Men in Black. It's weird how his eyes are still going, even though he's been decapitated. But the thing is maybe that's something to do with us being robots. It's why they need to decapitate. Again, blonde hair. Now, notice the shape of her face. It's like she got this long nose and it's like pointy out. And it's the same shape of face as the back of chance that's on my thumbnail. And you'll see her in loads of other depictions as well in Renaissance. It's like replicating stuff. Why is my fucking computer updating without me even asking it? It's really improper. So here they are. This is the arts, philosophy. So everyone just got like all like snazzy all of a sudden. We're just going to talk about stuff. We're going to think about what this realm is outside of control. I know what they're saying it is, guys. Is it that? No, I don't think so. Excuse me. Right, let's move on. That's a similar sort of picture. You can see that it's like some sort of learning place. Absolutely beautiful, though. I get this. Shit. Excuse me. Let's move on. This one's absolutely, I don't want to mag up on this because it's the usual craziness that happens in Rome. Rome's burning and there's a lot of Romans doing the honors, as you'd expect from what you hear about Romans. So it looks like they're getting sacked. But time to. Okay, I can see me. Everything's good. Okay. Now, that same weird shape face with that weird brow and that nose without the indentation, the Phoenician nose, which you see, because we have an indentation in ours. Apparently, it's pinched in to reduce oxygen flow when we're at birth. They don't have it, so they get more oxygen to their brain, makes them more intelligent. Can you see the effort in the clothing? It's just out of this world. I just can't even imagine anyone in the modern day looking anywhere near that. So this one's a little bit more of a rudimentary picture, but I was looking at it because I thought it was interesting that they were watching white dragons and red dragons battling. But it could be analogous for two different camps in this place, if you know what I mean. So what's the man do of a day? He's got no internet. He thinks about stuff. He philosophizes. He writes shit down. He does some experiments, real science, you know the thing. He's got experimental stuff. God, it must have been such an exciting time for humanity to be able to have the freedom of expression to find out what this place was. Although the clergy, you know, the Copernican thing, they went with that. Look, go away, Microsoft. Stop trying to hijack my world. I don't want you. Venus. I'm your Venus. Venus de Milo. This is a beautiful Botticelli picture. You can see the Bacchusite Ovidian theme to it, but this woman here, she looks quite familiar. But look at the clothes, and you see the jinn, you know, the people that live between the realms, that are part of the circuit board city thing. I think they are part of the circuitry. I think angels, arcs, demons are all in the matrix, and if you think about them, that's the connection. This guy's got a rock in his head. Don't know really. He's probably some sort of Bible person that had a growth on his head. Maybe it's just a really bad growth. Who even knows? So somebody's whispering something to a boy, and they've got palm trees here because everything's really warm. I wonder what the discs are on the head. You see a lot of these. That's not such a masterpiece. But I reckon they'd say it was. Okay, we're going to look at this in a little bit because it's something to do with the next subject. Is these angels pouring blood on the world. There's been so many accounts of blood falling from the sky in the last couple of 100 years. They've been recounted, as you probably know, by Charles Fort in the Book of the Damned. Here is Noah's flood. So they didn't get on. He was like, what about all of them people outside? He's like, yeah, fuck them. So there's a woman outside with a small child. She looks quite innocent. Look, don't look like she's done anything wrong. Yeah, nah, fuck them. I can't imagine everybody in the world, because if that was the case, that everybody in the world had descended into complete fucking anarchy and like debauchery, then we would have been reset and flooded a long time ago, because this place has gone to shit in that sort of mentality. I'm sure you've seen it, haven't you? Okay, no. So here's Elizabeth. Looks like it's Elizabeth I. She was around 1500s, as you know. But the Phoenicians, they never got any clothes on, have they, ever? And you got the peacock, I think, is a homunculus. I think this is a production of DNA splicing by the Phoenicians. And it's always the Bacchusite theme, bringing in the float with the faceless knight, which is all over antiquity, which is a reminder of what will happen to you if you mess with us. That will be all that's left of you. This is unbelievable. This is the world of 500 years ago. And I think it's like it's an accurate representation of what he was seeing. Look at this semaphore, naval semaphore. Interesting. On a tower, very futuristic looking tower. Cables, there's a bridge, footbridge. And people coming in off the ship. That looks like it's listed and maybe sunken, so they might be prisoners. The size of the world. If I was to hazard a guess of where that was, I would say it was Genoa. Yeah, I know her. Again, same shaped face. How is that possible? Different person, almond eyes, that weird nose that comes up here, a bit like, what's that one's off Star Trek? Not the Ferengi. Can't remember now. Looks a bit like them anyway. Look at her head, we're golden. Ginger baby. She's got ginger hair as well. Never see anything else like the whole world was. Again, look. Oh, look, there's some Arabs there, some Ottomans, some business deals going down. And this lady here looks like Mary-ish. She's doing a deal with what's somebody here. I don't know what she's doing. Is that a child, or are they just all giants? I don't know. Anyway, what happened to the church? It's all messed up and the top's gone. Oh, yeah, it's really crazy. So they got these big cone things, the women, a lot of the women. Why? I don't know. It's maybe because their heads get hot. I don't know. They put ice in there. Or maybe they just got cone heads and they're embarrassed. But aesthetically, I can't imagine what's going on. Or what these ladies have. This looks like the sistrum. It looks like maybe a vibrational instrument. You got the set square, music. So this is all to do with education and arts, I guess. Check this out. Behold, the thorny crown of reliquy. So yeah, it's thorny crown. It's got Jesus's blood on it, but that's worth a few quid. I think you could get high on it. Anyway, it's all in there. And how big, right? That's the crown of thorns, which it definitely looks like. How big is his head? Because look at these angels. Put that on. You could put that on two of them, couldn't you? And look at the size of that bloody cup. Everything is for giants. Giantage, giantage, giantage. Check out the bagpipes. I think that all the Scottish bagpipes should be like that, don't you? I think they're more fun. So try to imagine what the medieval music would be like. Would it be like Led Zeppelin? Pink Floyd, maybe? I imagine somewhere along the lines of Fleetwood Mac. Maybe a bit Fleetwood Mac-y. I don't know, I'm no expert. Oh, we got some reliquary here. Look at this. So you got a purple dude, and he's got a box of very interesting things. I'd love to know what's inside there. A load of books written by other people to tell us how to navigate this place, because they didn't give us an information booklet when we entered the realm. In the Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy, right, because it's a confusing place, the universe, they give you a guidebook. We didn't get a guidebook. All we got is deceit and lies, and had to fucking weave our way through a forest of bullshit until we get to like a clear understanding of, hang on a minute, it's all lies. Hang on a minute, there is no outside world. Hang on a minute, it's all me doing it. Hang on a minute, it's a fucking illusion. Wake up! You've been dreaming. You've been dreaming. Time to wake up to the real world that is beyond you, that I think we're being prepared for. I've said it before. I don't know why I think this. Other people think it too. So we've got the hourglass, a nice little gun, some playing cards, load of money, jewels, scent, a couple of family photographs, an Antiquitech clock that is out of this world. I don't know what sort of clock it is. And a really weird globe of, where is that? I don't recognize any of those land masses or what she is pointing at. And a cameo of her favorite Roman, or his, or whatever this angel is. Interesting, isn't it? If I do see an angel at any time, I'm going to let you all know. So, yeah, what you see in the medieval period, even though it's supposed to be, you know, vast antiquity, is the knights have got these earpieces on. I think they're communicators. I'll show you some more in a minute. This is basically going to kill the Minotaur, because Theseus, he's not really a Greek in this. He's a knight. He's a European knight in this, guys, okay? And, this knight, he fancies his chances. Did you ladies know that I'm a knight? Yes, you are a knight. Yes, I'm very, very brave. Are you? Yes, I killed the women and children also. I'm too brave to leave them. Oh, that's really good of you. Yes, I know. Any chance of a date? No, there's no chance. We're together, you see. Oh, right, it's like that, is it? Yep. So he's got a FE. He didn't get in. He got into put, but he didn't manage to pull. So back to the ship for him. God, look at the skyscrapers. Huge. Wonder what this is. Anyway, that narrative might not be happening in the photograph, but I think it is, okay? Look at this. There's so much nuttiness going on in this. It's unbelievable. Okay. The wobbly columns, the laurel leaf, the eagle with its wings open, the wobbly columns that are in St. Peter's Basilica, some strange skyscraper stuff. What kind of world is this that went before us? Venus de Milo, they're really handy with their hair that just covers over any bits. I've noticed that's a really good, skillful thing. And here's that lady you've seen in that other picture as well. She's coming up to cover over Venus, who's come out of the water. Oh, Jesus, that's not a happy picture, is it? Again, Rome. I don't think that is Rome, because there's not that giant hill behind the Colosseum, is there, with all of them buildings on top. So where this is and everyone's getting totaled, I don't know. Antiquity certainly likes to tell you that things are getting totaled all the time, don't they? Everybody gets killed. Everybody was kung fu fighting, except it was a little bit frightening. Hiya! It's like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. We got a Bunko booth here with Antiquitech on it. So my pictures have all gone skew-if, have you noticed? I'll sort that out in a minute anyway. So there's the same shape face. Jesus. Make sure to please share this out, guys. I don't know what is in her, excuse me, She seems to have a dish with a pair of eyeballs in it. I don't know what's going on. Again, look at these. They look like the twins out of the Matrix. They look like, they're not quite albino, but look at their hair. What colour hair is that? They're grey. Well, they're young. They can't be grey. What colour hair is that? They're platinum fucking blondes. Oh, they are eyeballs. Can you see that? Eyeball. These are for my change of eyeballs later, because you can change your eyeballs. Because you're a robot. Look at that chest plate. Do you know why it's called a chest plate? Because it's on the chest. And all with blonde hair. All. And you see knights with these, and Phoenicians as well. They are Yermuffs, but they're not, are they? Because it's not cold anywhere, is it? In the world at all. Because no one's got coats on or anything. Everyone in the world's ginger. I think they're communicators. I think they're like, she's either listening to the music. Look, honestly, it looks like she's listening to a bit of tune, doesn't it? Oh, I love this record. I'll just stop here and listen. Doesn't it? So I've got 400 odd people watching. Thank you for being here. Happy Flaterday to you all. 457. Lots. Yeah, medieval beats. You know it. You know it. So this geezer, he's like, if I drop this shit, they're going to castrate me. And he's watching him like, oh, if he fucking drops that, we're going to chop his bollocks off. And then back to the strangeness of angels, rising dead. These have been drugged and put to sleep because they're stealing dead bodies. So we got a knight with a load of really futuristic technology that looks more like a robot suit, like exoskeleton suit, than anything that you would imagine a knight wearing. Everyone's blonde and everyone is beautiful. She's pointing up. Is that where God lives? Is that the boss? So here's the Magi. If that's what he is, he's one of the Magi. He's just come from Persia. That'll explain his dark skin. Yeah, so the Magi, because they came from Persia, they came following a star, and they found Jesus, and he was in a reset world. If you see the world here, and it's not the only depiction of the nativity, the world is smashed. And there was a census being taken at the time, which is why Joseph and Mary had to return to Jerusalem, Bethlehem. I don't get it. I don't get it. How come he's riding on a donkey? He goes back with her. He's going out with her. What? They've never had sex. It just makes no sense. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get any of it. It's weird. So, yeah, you can see it's all about the arts. She's playing guitar. But the Phoenicians, they don't put any clothes on. A bit like the elites, I guess. Again, the nativity. Okay. I'm guessing they could say it was cattle shed. So here's the Magi. They've just come from a vast distance, following a wandering star. And they are like, oh, here's some gold, here's some frankincense, and here's some myrrh. And she's like, oh, that's lovely. Yeah, don't worry too much about the myrrh next time. Bring more gold. And the world of Jerusalem is actually shattered. Mary's looking like she's getting on a few years there, and she's got a bit of, that might be a nana. Mary's nana, because that's not Mary, is it? Anyone? All's good though, as you can see, because these papal people and everyone just floats around. They got their deity. I was wondering as well about nuns, not to go too deeply into it though. So they marry, don't they? They marry Jesus. So they're women, aren't they? They're young women of an ovulating age. And in spring, they get the same feelings and everything that other young women get, but they hold it down. All of that suppression. Anyway, so have you noticed this, though? Nuns are women, aren't they? Jesus, right? He's a dude. He's a dude in underpants. Now, imagine if it was the other way around, right? The monks were worshipping a woman, like, in a bikini. I can see how that would go. I can see how that would be really popular. This is look at this disc on the head. What does it do? This is me showing my ignorance. I haven't read any of the books. The thing is, as I said, my mother told me, and I always listen to my mother mostly. Anyone who reads the Bible, she said, goes nutty. And in my experience, 10 years on YouTube, I think that might be true, you know, because they all like shout at me and stuff, you know, stuff that happens in the desert by flip-floppers an eon ago, apparently. And you got no proof of any of it ever happening anyway, because it's all in a book that was wrote by AI. Same as the Quran. AI. All of it's fucking AI. Anyway, this is John the Baptist, Bappo to his friends. He's also pointing up. I know what you're thinking. He's saying, smell my finger. No, he's not. No, he's not. John the Baptist got a lovely little hairdo, hasn't he? Yeah. Don't worry, because there he'll be later. Got him? Is that him? Yeah. You make sure that was him. Yeah, I asked him what he said his name was. John the Baptist. So I chopped his head off. She looks really happy as well with what she's done, doesn't she? Happy days. Yeah, so Botticelli's pictures. This lady's in lots of them. I don't know if she actually existed, but the effort. You know, what time you got to get up in the morning to do your hair, get all the beads in? It's just fucking crazy. Do you know why? Because you got shit all else to do. She's not going out and cleaning or working in Primark or at the checkout because there's none of that going on. People do leisurely things. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on here. He's got a fiery stick. I'm not going to try and interpret it, but I've seen this woman a lot. Someone's being dragged by their hair. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to go into it really. So back to the nativity in a reset world. Okay, so it's all in the medieval period, which I think it all happens in anyway, the early medieval period. And baby Jesus and the Magi have turned up, but yeah, it's like Greco-Romano buildings all shattered. That guy looks like Luke Skywalker. We've got a few dark-haired people here, but you're going to get a few of them in Europe anyway, aren't you? Especially down in the Holy Land. But the people of the Renaissance are all ginger, auburn, or brown, or blonde, like this. Oh, that's a nice little touch. You've got a helmet, and the Bacchusites have got a lance. I don't know what their full intention with that lance was. So here is heavenly hosts. They're there now in the real time. They're like swimming around above us. They're flying around. She's being bestowed with holy powers. Look. What's that feel like? Feels pretty good. How much we don't know. Oh, look. Huggage. People are hugging. Don't see too many people chowing down, though. But they chowed down in the Last Supper, didn't they? You know, so they are eating. That's good news. And also, they say the Romans had vonitariums, places where they vomit, vomitarians. Because apparently the score is, right, is they ate until they were sick. They puke it up in the vomitarians, and they start all over again. Sounds like anorexia to me. What exactly is going on with the food in the antiquity? I do not know. Oh, you need 5 ladies, 6, 7 ladies, 8 ladies in waiting to watch the baby. Very strange. Very strange indeed. And this is the angel Gabriel. As you can see, this laser beam actually comes from a UFO, and it comes through the window. Let's just try and imagine, right, that this is 500 years ago, and everyone is living like this. She hasn't got a front door, has she? She hasn't got a lock, because no one's going to go in there and take anything, or nothing bad's going to happen, because none of that actually exists, weirdly. So, yeah, she's been enunciated. All's good. But yeah, don't they live in serious luxury, man? Check that night. Chivalry was really stupid. Go off, fight a dragon. Try and eat your sandwich. You get stolen by a frigging seagull. Happens a lot in Cardiff. I told you they actually play a lot of Fleetwood Mac, and that is what he's playing. You can go your own way. Go your own way. She's doing... That's actually good advice, actually. You go your own way. I'm the fire starter. Twisted fire starter. I'm the one you hated. Pure indoctrinated. Yeah. Oh, baby angel. She's sad. Look, there's a giant. He's got a ball as well. He's got an eagle. And everybody's coming to see him because he's actually alive. It's Olympus. He's on top of Mount Olympus. And there's men. If you're a real man, wrestle me naked. I don't understand naked wrestling. I don't understand it at all, actually. So yeah, isn't that lifelike? That's obviously a model, porcelain, whatever China's made of, but they do capture the features of said person and the essence of the human of the Middle Ages. Oh, here's a wizard. He's got a wizard's hat on. He's got a wicked shirt. I love his shirt, but he's got the red cape on. She's having a taste of what looks like a jalapeno chili, and it looks like they're having a nice bit of cat for dinner. Or some weasel. I don't know what that is. Dog, maybe. So yeah, oh, the Jesus bothering again. He just wants to get, all he wants to do is go asleep, and everyone's just like, ah, all day long. Bloody horrible. What you got there, Nick? It's a walnut, isn't it? What's the matter with you? What's the matter with her, guys? Notice anything wrong? This could be alopecia. I wouldn't hold that against her. I think it's a walnut or something. Wow, that acid's kicking in, love. Really? Yeah, you should see the things I'm seeing, love. You should see the pictures. Yeah, really, love. Yeah, I'm having a fantastic time. Best time I've ever had. Yeah, really, love. I'll swap you, Vicar. Yeah, I've got anything to sell. Yeah, I've got some lovely stuff. What I got here is a lady doll in a box. Oh, can I buy it? Can I buy it to go with my male doll so I can play? No, I didn't mean that. I don't want to play male doll, female doll. Drop yourself in here. And the winner of the Pope this year is nominated Oscar winner Pope. Is it me? Is it me? Is it me? Pope. I'm not telling you. If I tell you, I'll have to kill you. And she's got a lily in her hand. It's always with this lily, isn't it? But her communicator is showing back somebody else. What is it? I don't know. Should we touch it? Too fucking late, innit? We just touched it. Will it go away? No, man. That's here forever. We got to stay here forever and ever and ever. What is it? I don't know. Quite. That's what we get a lot of. Tears. Tears of happiness. Tears of joy. Wonder what she's thinking. Yeah. Where's my instruction booklet for this mental ass realm then, God? It's like, you got to learn as you go. Who am I? That is for you to find out, child. Well, how do I find it out? You go out into the world, you make hundreds of mistakes, you get battered to shit, and then at the end of it all, you work out all the patterns, you tweak it, and then you find out, oh, actually, I can do this shit now. It has some key things to it. 1, don't give you your energy. 2, don't resist. 3, you do you, boo. And, we'll work out dandy. It's a bit podgy, this one as well, isn't it? But again, medieval people giving gifts. And that's what you get, a lot of the theme for Renaissance art. He looks like Russell Brand. But he's got the seashell, the shell going on, the Phoenician pyramids and obelisks and some acrobats and stuff going on. There's always been acrobats. You see a lot of them. And the ladies in the medieval period. I don't know what to make out of them, guys. What do you think? Horns. Well, they're horny all the time, aren't they? He's pointing up as well. There's a lot of that pointing up going on. I wonder what that is all about. Yeah, 3 drops of this purple stuff. I think that's all they'll need. Poisoning was very popular in the past. Victorian period. Very, very popular. So that's St. Mark's Square, isn't it, in Venice, the Venetians. Yeah, they got a lot of weirdness going on as well, haven't they? And sure it is. They're one of these medieval fairs. There's that lady out of the Botticelli picture. They're all the same personalities in these pictures. And they're being these guys, if they are, yeah, and they're bringing fine fare under this thing because they don't need windows, you don't need a roof because it doesn't seem to ever rain or have any bad weather. Everything is open plan. Entertainment, well, they don't have the internet, so basically they brought a blonde lady in to get eaten and hunted by dogs. That may not be what's happening. Oh, right. Oh, it looks like they had a few problems in the medieval period with that shit too. I can't work out what it's ever saying either, but I'm like really, really short-sighted. Oh, it's a wonder they got this far, isn't it? So, like the medieval meal, let's have a look what they got. He's pouring in some brown stuff, and they got the concave communicator on the wall, like all medieval people have. He's pointing at the sky, and the nun is praying. She's praying because she, oh my God, the medieval plague, there it is, guys. Started on the underground, a bit like Rona. Next thing you know, once germs were real back then, and like now, sneezed, somebody breathed it in. Then they got a snotty nose, so was the way of Black Death. And everybody in the world died and got replaced then by more intelligent, creative people who then, in turn, all got killed, and then we got replaced again. Because we're not here now, because this is the stupidest reset in fucking history, I guarantee you. Okay. Having said that, though, they were pretty stupid in the medieval period, weren't they? Bring out your dead! I wonder what she's got in there. Why do I always think that it's drug-related? It might be, though. That's why. She's like, you want to have a go? What's in here? What's in there? You look really happy. I am. Look at her nose and that eye. It's the same family, I'm sure. But they all got beautiful blonde hair going on. Again, with the Van Eyke collecting stuff theme of antiquity. And detachable heads for popes. Now, I think this is a thing. So what you do with a pope, and I think this is definitely, I've seen it too many times, is they detach their heads and they put a new pope's head on them. They don't actually need to swap the bodies per se. Okay? Maybe. I don't know. That's what the evidence is showing. Look at the shit they got. Have you got all this? Look at the clothes. It makes you feel so like, why haven't I got nice textures? Why haven't I got like, look at it. She's brand spanking new. She's got all of this B-tech on, you know. In comparison to a young women of today, it's just a world apart, isn't it? You know, she wouldn't dream of going on OnlyFans, her, would she? So, he's got a communicator as well. He's holding it, the angel with the rainbow wings. It's a large tower. There's Mary in the sky, the shape of a vagina, and we've got a waterfall that's surrounded by a Faraday cage. I think he's going to chuck that mirror down the well. I don't know. So, yeah, they like to tell you that there's hell below. It could be, but I think it's here. And I think hell ain't a bad place to be. And beyond here, well, actually, it's looking a bit, I think the realm has changed, actually. It's looking better. I think it's all about perception. I think it's looking a lot more paradisey. Maybe that's just because it's sunny and I don't go to scummy areas, really. So he's got skyscrapers reflecting in his helmet, guys. His shiny helmet in the Renaissance period. Check her out. Check that nose. Check that clothes and stuff that they've got. It's a bit like the modern day, isn't it? It's Mary with a frizzy ginger hair. She's pointing at the sky as well. And I think this one's by Michelangelo, and it is Gabriel and Mary Annunciation. I have this picture on my wall. Can you see this as well? A knight with the same things on his ears, and he seems to be touching these, you know, he's got a visor with goggles. He seems to be touching it like he's getting communication in. So I think that is probably the case as well. So the odd enlightened, these are. I don't know why the Renaissance period did some crazy pictures. This one's 15, or I, so I look to be correct. I523. So he's got a pair of ripped white gloves on. Some nice little jewelry. Looks like a hanging pig. And somebody's carved him right the fuck up, haven't they? Looks like he's been in a bar fight and got glassed. And then he had a painting. So why didn't he ask the artist to leave my scar out? I don't know. This strange man, let's have a look at him. I wouldn't say he was harmful looking, but he looks a little bit sinister. And them clothes, whew, not sure. They're doing that hand thing again. He's got the rough, the B-Tech. But he looks a little bit more Ottoman-y. Pussy, cats, ladies in the past. You see them a lot, hairy people. Also dog heads. Wouldn't it be lovely? Yeah. They go, and they actually talk. They can read letters and stuff. They're not just going, prr, prr, which would be really nice. Yeah, this lady. Listen, don't judge, guys. That's not right. That's not right. She's got what looks like a pair of horns. You don't know how old she is. She could be absolutely ancient, like 100 years old, all you know. I love the way the artist even puts dirt in the fingernails and a mole on a finger. Craziness that you would think of that. So, yeah. Ooh. Medieval clothing got a lot to be desired, having it. The baggy trousers or the cod piece. That one's I.5.80. I know. Ooh, she ate all the pie. She ate all the pie. Excuse me. Something just came on my screen. Oh, fucking hell. So yeah, that is. I wouldn't have painted that child. Mummy, will you paint me? No, you're all right. Don't know. So I don't know what to make of these ladies. I think they got like voodoo stuff on their face. She's got a little swastika, crescent moon. She's got crescent moon, a couple of little weird things on their faces. I don't know what's going on. She's pointing at her, like saying, she made me do it. I don't know. Maybe it's just dandy decoration of the day. Who even knows? I don't know. I'm not even going to comment on that. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you get it delivered. Maybe eBay, something like that. I don't know. I don't know what you would call it on an order. So, yeah, it seems like there was a lot of people that ate a lot in the past. I don't know why they would paint them either. That's odd stuff. Okay, we're moving on. It rained fish in Oroville, someone just commented. Yes, I know about that. California around, we'll talk about all that in a minute. So this, back to the early medieval periods, you've seen this numerous times on my channel, the apocalypse, and it's from the 1300s. And as you can see, there's giant antiquitech buildings, and there's some strange stuff going on with naked people and people being bathed and giants, and you know, it's the Bible, isn't it? So there's that. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, let's have a look at this deity. I'm sure nothing bad's going on. Right. He's doing that Baphomet thing with his two fingers to the floor. Don't know what book that is. Could be Karl Marx. And he's grey and old. So it's probably God, isn't it? Because Jesus didn't get grey and old, apparently. And he's got a sword in his mouth because words are swords. Or maybe it's just an overkill toothpick. Oh, he's still got the toothpick. So I think I'm actually in the camp of it being a creation. I think this place was put here in an instant. Check out the happy hats on them. And they're watching this couple in bed. And these couple are in bed outdoors. He's copying a feel. They're ginger too. Oh, he's pointing. He's saying, check them out, man. Yeah, it's a bit trippy out in the open. But maybe, you know, times have changed. Maybe that was just acceptable back then. Okay, let's have a look if anything actually good comes out of religion. Because it all looks very unhappy. And this is Apocalypsis, the German text, by the way. Okay, well, what you see later is shit falling from the sky. That's what we're going to get to, okay? Blood coming from the sky. You get a lot of these vaginal shaped things with deities in.
This one's being held up by an angel. There's a deity on the orb that we always see, with a load of money and gold and all of those things that are attributed to religion. But as you can see, the sky is raining blood, which is what we're going to talk about a little in a minute. And something really interesting. And again, connected to, is there other realms close by? Now, this is the double elliptical shape. So always a red book, isn't it? Always. Just like Karl Marx, red book. So, yeah, so the usual antiquity falling, you know, the dragon thing eating everyone up, the judgment, the weighing, and the shit that falls from the sky. Okay. And the old guy with really bad hair. Again, a disc with another reality in there. How many times have you seen that during this post? Okay. Little donkey, little donkey. I love donkeys. They're awesome. E-R. There is a green hill far away. They used to force us to sing hymns in school. God, I hated it. I used to just mime it. I never fucking sang them. They used to make us sing Cat Stevens. Morning has broken. And I actually thought that was holy. I thought it was actually from the Bible. It's like, I found out then when I grown up, it's like, shit, that's Cat Stevens. I thought it was bleeding a hymn. They made us sing Yellow Submarine as well. Like that, it's holy. In the school, in the morning. Everyone sing Yellow Submarine. So this doesn't look very Jesus. See, these people are worshipping this deity here in this weird church, which doesn't look very deity at all. But then you're going to see stuff falling from the sky in a minute. Let me show you. Yeah. Blood. Antiquity falls. Demons come like djinn things and mess with everyone. He seems all right in his happy house. He's happy there in his happy house. This one's jumping. He's like, no way am I staying with these angels. Just touch me as soon as I got through the door. It's like, oh, you're nice coming in. It's like, no, you're all right. I'll stay in hell, thanks. Right, so he's puking blood. I'm sure there's no bad in that. It is religion, guys. I'm sure it's all happy. I can't imagine any bad coming from puking blood out of the sky. Anyway, let's move on. So let's talk about the Kentucky meat shower that happened in 1876. It's a bit bonkers that the Kentucky meat shower was a strange event. It happened when red meat chunks fell from the sky over 100 by 50-yard area near Olympic Springs, Kentucky for several minutes. Well, that is nothing. They give you images of like the chunks that have been caught in jars. Okay, I've got some images of said meat shower. But when you go in, you know, Charles Fort talks about this, but he talks about falling meat coming down in Europe as well. 10 million tons of meat that is in chunks, with sinew, with fat on there. How is meat falling from the sky? And I've got books over there, like they're like X-Files books, and they tells you like about fish falling from the sky, black rain, the black rain. Now, Charles Fort himself, he's a bit of an annoying dick, actually. He always tries palming it off, everything that he pulls. He says, oh, yeah, the meat came down because there was an intergalactic battle and a spaceship. This is 1878, mind. A spaceship got blown up and all of the aliens got turned into meat chunks and the meat fell down. That's where all the meat's coming from. What about the blood? Oh, that could be from Montserrat, or maybe it's a delayed reaction from another volcano. I think it's volcanic anyway. Yeah, but it looks like actual human blood. Yeah, it's not, he says. It is from a volcano. What about the black rain? Charles Fort was saying, oh, well, that's from the valleys of South Wales, the coal mines of South Wales, and all of the dust got sucked up, took across the Atlantic, and then it comes down in a rainstorm in Newfoundland, apparently, according to his book. So, yeah, we got frogs. Now, frogs are easier to explain because frog spawn could get sucked up in in a twister, for example. But then they rain down frogs, and this has happened everywhere in the world. This has been talked about. So rain in mud, chunks of meat. What is it? Animal? I don't know. We'll see what Charles Fort says. The meat shower they talked about. There's a family here that reported it. Some people have theorized this is what happened to get the meat shower. I don't think so. Other things that fall from the sky, star jelly. Star jelly's an unusual one. It's a little bit weird. It's a bit like the old black goo as well. So we got frogs, we got fish. Fish falling from the sky happens quite often. Again, that could be water shoots sucking up small fish that grow. And how does fish, because there's gravity, isn't there? How do clouds of millions of tons hang there and don't fall and come down with all that gravity? And fish as well, I bet they're bloody weighty. How do they stay up in clouds anyway and then come down? Science can't really explain any of that, can it? But it can't deny it, because there's enough evidence that this shit is happening in shit tons of text. Now, what they do say as well, these ones are rats, spiders, they rain down, cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs. Have you ever heard that saying? It's raining cats and dogs. So there's been numerous things that have come out of the sky. Meat chunks, the day the meat fell from the sky, and stacks of newspaper articles, flesh descending in a shower by astonishing phenomena in Kentucky, fresh meat like mutton or venison falling from the sky. So Charles Fort's efforts to explain this away, he says that there was vultures circling above that dropped all of the meat in one go, which I find highly doubtful. Very good. What's Vaughn saying? Anyway, so yeah, there's another one there talking about the Kentucky meat shower. There's Kentucky meat shower. Now, the word meteorite, okay? The Kentucky meteorite. Meat, you're right. Meat, it says meat in meteorite. What if meteorites are made of meat? The carnal rain. Careful investigation into Kentucky marvel by a correspondent. He'd visited the Kentucky, and so they're saying superstition, almost touch true. Showers of frogs, of flashes, of blood, rain, and snow have frequently occurred in the Kentucky area. Reported. So what is going on? Well, Charles Fort, like I said, he's a bit of an annoying dick because he keeps going on about, this intergalactic battle. But you get up to, I'm not going to go through it all. It's a really brilliant book. I will link it up after if you're interested. But yeah, so the things that Charles Fort talks about falling from the sky, black rain, stones, pumice, which you could attribute to Montserrat or Krakatoa in some cases. The events happened around the same time. The red rain he attributes to slag coming up from the South Wales mines. But you get here and it talks about, again, flesh. How would they account for the fall of animal matter from above? On 14th of February 1870 in Genoa in Italy, again, somewhere completely different, a yellow substance, and if you looked under a microscope, numerous globules of cobalt blue and corpuscles, as in blood corpuscles of a pearly color that resemble starch. And it goes on. The substance reddish, varying yellow in Spain and France. Hundreds of tons of matter have fallen, odor of charred animal matter. So how is this, like, you know, narrative out there, and then you get like meat falling from the sky? Could it be time to make some calculations here? Could it be that this is a glitch in the matrix, and then some of this stuff is actually falling from another realm? You see it in the film. What is that film? David Bowie starred in. It was about the illusionist, I think, or the Prestige. It was about magicians in the 1800s. And they went to Tesla to make something disappear, a hat or a cat. And he did. But he got hundreds and hundreds back, doppelgangers of the same one, suggesting there was other connections in this. Now, there's occurrences, dozens of occurrences. Check this out. Where people have been in golf courses and they've hit their golf ball and it's disappeared and they've never ever found it. And then there's a shower of loads and loads of golf balls. People like literally get golf balls back. Almost as if they've all gone into another dimension, they've collected up and all dumped down all at the same time. A bit like this scenario. Loads of scenarios like this. I definitely think, you know, I'm starting to think a lot of this comes from other realms. I do think there's another realm close by. I think it might be stealing energy. I think we should steal it back. And this meteors and this weirdness of all this stuff that shows up, it's just craziness. Black rain he puts down to a cloud of soot that had come from South Wales across the Irish Channel and all of Ireland. The black rain of Ireland, he says, comes from Wales. So he does, you know, bullshit a lot. You know, that's just throwing it out there, isn't it? Not really buying that. So Switzerland, let me just go down to page 37, which is right here. So in England, 1873, there was a shower of black rain as well, and showers of vast quantities of pumice stone, which is maybe attributed to a volcano somewhere. Scotland, he attributed to eruptions of maybe Vesuvius or Etna, which did have eruptions at this time as well, which could explain black rains. Now, I've seen red clouds or red air from Sahara. He explains that as well. And red rain, sort of, which he explains here. Sand blown in from Morocco and Sahara to Europe, which does happen. I have seen I woke up one morning, the whole room was red. I thought, what the fuck was that? I looked outside, it was a dust storm, they said, coming from the Sahara. They said, actually, I can't really substantiate that at all. So let me go up to page 37. Excuse me. So, yeah, if you haven't got this book, it's a really groovy book. He's a bit of a tosser, like I said, but, you know, his theology is okay. You know, he talks about the events, which is what interests me. By here, similar to brick dust, I find really intriguing here in this event here. 1903, interesting date too. In one place, a buff of light brown, and another place, chocolate brown, silky to the touch, slightly iridescent grey. Okay, so yeah, so many things falling from the sky, and really a lot of stuff talking about blood and meat falling from the sky, which I find really interesting. There's also a citation here which talks about 100, I think it's 100 million or 10 million tons of meat falling from the sky. There, blood-colored substance, red-colored substance, just goes on and on and on. So could be a glitch in the matrix, especially to do with the sky. It's weird that this shit keeps falling out of the sky. So there you go. That's what I'm talking about there. I'm going to move on now. So yeah, it just goes on. I can't read it all because I'm not really in that frame of mind, but I'm going to link that book up and you can check it out later. Ding, ding, ding. Right, I'm going to come back for a minute because I don't actually know if I'm here. Anything. So 500 of you watching. Thanks for being here this week. I've been making a couple of videos this week. I put a couple out. My last live got battered by YouTube. They were definitely not happy with that. There were restrictions on it and copyrighted to hell. They're really not big on my lives, I've noticed. But my video productions, they just slide through. Jesus, it got dark in here. Excuse me. Let me just lighten it up a minute. Okay. There, that's better, isn't it? So, Jonathan, welcome. Alvidas is my brother. Oh, he's Mel in the house. Knowledge. Okay. And AV and Mia. Good to see you. Fucking hell. It's annoying. No, oh well. Don't be annoyed. Don't let things harsh and mellow. Is that Glenn? Sketches? Sorry to hear, Crystal. My blessings to you. Oh, what's the matter with Crystal? I did. Naughty man. No. Not naughty. It's only wrong if anyone finds out. Okay? Did you? Okay. Mr. Razda. Love Mr. Razda. He's our resident Mr. Razda. Everyone got to have a Razda in the gang. He's ours. Okay. From lovely Holland land. Yeah, yo. Been out the back listening to reggae all day, bro. All day. Bob Marley all day today. Been really good. The sun, the weather here is fantastic. And Bob Marley just goes so well with good weather, doesn't he? Oh, we do love Bob Marley. So, Crystal, there you are. What we saying? Ooh, that's touchy one, that one. I'm sending love out there anyway. And try and remember there's actually no such thing as death. That might be a bit of a comfort for you. Machiavelli, Morgan. Be back in here in a little while, couple of months, mid-month maybe, going wah, back in again. Mr. Marmite. Kamikaze cows. Yeah. If you don't like them, throw a cow at them. Soggy cow. That's what they did in the medieval period. I fart in your general direction. Slag. Oh, yes, I forgot about that sock thief. Sock thieves are always the worst. They don't steal spunky socks. So sorry about that, sis Sketches. Yeah, me. Yeah, Mel went to her old man's funeral this week, so she's had grief as well. Your man dying. So send love to you all. You know, not without feelings, obviously. We're trying to keep vibration high. We just give you love and make you all happy, and that will make us happy in return. D handsome? Me. But we can try. I believe the children are our future. Treat them well and let them lead. No, don't do that. Carrie. Never break out into song on YouTube in an insane nature. Isabel, good to see you. And Dusky. Okay, I'm going to get into some more usage now. We're going to look at London City. A beautiful old city, some old Victorian. And then we're going to look at the swinging 60s. Carnaby Street. Used to love Carnaby Street. And King's Road. All those 60s vibes for 10 minutes. And then we're going to look at some antiquity, leading us up to images of the day, and then all of the things that are happening in the realm, which there are a lot of going on. Thank you, Knight. Thank you, Canada Me. Thank you, Dusky. Yep, I first talked about in the Book of the Damned maybe 8 years ago, something like that. I've been talking about it for a long time, but it is juicy and it is fun to read. So there's that. Carrie Cameron. Okay. Well, my background's gorgeous. I know, Kimberly. I live in here. Look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it? Thank you. Yo, yo, yo. The 60s were groovy. I was born in Summer of Love, 1960. So I do actually, I'm old enough to remember it. I was 3 when it finished, but I do remember it. So there's that. Yeah, hit the like thing. Do them other things. Yeah, there's not many real YouTubers left. Go on. See these shitty AI videos get fucking thousands of fucking likes and stuff. They do shit all. It's all computer. People put hours and hours of effort in and all of that. They get fuck all. It's craziness. Not that I'm resisting or bothered. I'm just saying it's ironic, really, isn't it? People can't see. Mr. C, teach. Kathy. But that's the way it's going. Nice to let. Oh, excuse me, Kate. What are you saying there, lovely? Yes, I know. This is my church. This is where I heal my hurts. JMB. Ooh, Kimosabi. It's my absolute pleasure. Girl from Mars. You lucky bastard. I know. You lucky, lucky fucker. Yep, support real life is what I'm trying to say, Vonage. It's what I'm trying to say. You see these shitty fucking videos that comes out, they're like fucking viral, they fucking made a ton of money, they fucking earned millions of likes, and they've done nothing. They're not even a person, and all that money's going back to them when they got money. Fucking great. But that's the way the game is anyway. Can be FEB. Okay, now we've been going so long now, all these years, haven't we? Thanks, Hippie Shake, for doing that, babes. Okay, we're getting back into the juice. We're going to stay in a good vibration because we don't do anything else on FEB. There's no point to it, actually. Let's have a look at London City, shall we? It's not a winning formula is to be miserable or to suck. I've noticed this. Oh, let me just get rid, excuse me. Let me get rid of that Hippie Shake donation thing because it's in the way of my pictures and I don't want to spoil the viewage. I love as much as we love our Hippie Shakeage. Thunderbird Taco! I'm warming to you, Mr. Marmite. Got there in the end. In the beginning, you were as annoying as all fucks, but now I really like you. Oh, sure you're awesome. Okay, let's have a look at London over the old Thames. Apparently, this thing stunk as shit in the 1800s, but I don't like it. Every time I look in the Thames, I think about all the dead bodies that have been put in there by gangsters. So how many fucking bodies have the Richardson brothers put in here? There must be hundreds. I know, thousands of years of dead bodies in the Thames. And I can like literally look off of Westminster Bridge and I see all the souls coming up through the water going, like that to me. So I don't like looking in the Thames ever. So look at the shit they had in the Thames before along the Thames before the skyscrapers arrived. This is the 1880s. Biggest city in the world at this period, they say. This looks like Somerset House. I'm sure it can't be. It's Westminster. I don't know. Well, that might be a railway station, that long one there. Look at all of the massive towers for balloons in the old days to land on. That's the Tower of London. I've never been in there. I've wanted to go for a day out in the Tower of London. I think I'll treat myself one time and go there. They reckon if all the ravens leave the Tower of London, London will fall. So I'll stay away from the ravens. Just don't want them to leave on my account. And I love ravens anyway. There's Traitor's Gate under here where they took like, or under there, sorry, where they took like Guy Fawkes before they go and torture him in the keep. Because this is supposed to be a 1,000-year-old keep, okay, built by apparently the Normans. Yet, I seen a coin, right, yeah, not with my own eyes online, with Alexander the Great on it, yeah, and it had fucking that in the background. So, like, how old is it really? Or how young is all of that happening with Alexander the Great? So have you ever seen this with your own eyes? It's big. You stand next to the tower there. It's massive. The whole thing is massive. It's an unbelievable place. Full of turds, fortunately. A river full of turds by a building full of turds. But actually, it suits the building because the building looks proper demonic. It actually looks like a horror film. The pointy bit, the whole thing got that vibe of a Hammer horror, hasn't it? Vampires. Because they are vampires, aren't they? So. Horse Guards Parade. Oh, a perambulator. You don't usually see any of them out. Okay. So, in modern day, there's thousands of people taking the piss out of them. Look at this. This is Marble Arch. Astor, I think it's Astor House. And some of these are gone now. But yeah, they had no left and right traffic. It was every man for himself in the old days. Trafalgar Square. Apparently this was built in like the 1850s. And all of this stuff. Yeah, whatever. The Crystal Palace. Now we're going to look at some unbelievable, I mean, mind-blowing images of inside there when they held the Imperial War Museum exposition before the 30s, before it actually collapsed or got burnt down. I find it fascinating at either end of Crystal Palace, you've got these giant towers. I really do think this is some sort of Tesla technology, because they got one either end, and these are probably creating a charge, which is creating the electricity for the whole place. I bet you that was what was going on. Westminster Abbey, where they crown fuckers, I don't know. And Tower Bridge. Giant bastions in there that bring up these giant bits of metal for boats to go through, and you see the Tower of London. Again, really gothic. Again, very horror movie. Very. Can you imagine all the gnarly shit that goes on in London? Has been going on there since ever. Oh my God! All of that vampire-y stuff, all that devil worshipping, all of that fucking eyes wide shutty stuff. All of it is in London Stand. It's horrible. Horrible. What is this? Maybe you stand under there and you get like energized in some way. Or maybe they just beam them in and out. Or they amplify chi energy like Antiquitech while you're sitting in the chair. What they do though, guys, is they put a load of war memorabilia in churches, burnt flags and stuff to take that vibe into the war, where you will go into a church to worship, not worship, worship. They got the same in London Cathedral. Their flags have all burnt shit from battles, with all of that energy of battles and dead and blood and stuff. They put it in a church for some reason. Totally evil, all of them. So what's with the cage and the requiem thing? I don't know. They keep stuff in there. Bones. Look at this. Giant crown. Belonged to a giant once. And the incredible vaulted ceiling technology. Just mind-blowing, actually. And St. Paul's Cathedral and the Thames. And some dead. Who gives a fuck? I'm sorry, but you wouldn't even. They're them, in it. It's a big club and you ain't in it. So I'm not really going to be like, you were so good to humanity. No, because they fucking traitors to humanity. Guys, I'm not bothered about it. I'm not angry about it in any way. But I'm not going to be blowing smoke up their asses if they're traitors to the rest of humanity. That's all. Yeah. I'm not going to get angry or have any feelings. I'm just not doing it because, well, I'm a man and I'm Welsh, so I'm not doing that. So there's that. One clock missing. One there. The Twin Towers of Westminster Abbey, which is just totally rubbish. Old. Look at it. Old crap in it. Nah, it's probably actually beautiful, but I don't think so. I don't like it at all myself. Churches, they're nice to visit, to take photographs and like pick their weirdness out, but I wouldn't want to actually go in one and do things. God, no. Whew. Right, this is, I've had a spliff under here. This is Victoria Memorial. Near it's near the Albert Hall, just across it is. But I tell you what, it's a monumental bit of architecture. Wonder what the deal is with the clocks that never got put in here. Wonder if they were ever in here. I've never seen a photograph of St. Paul's with the clocks in this tower. So it kills the symmetry when you're looking this way, doesn't it? Apparently built by St. Christopher Wren, giant dome of St. Paul's. And there is the greater fort, that is the Tower of London, which I've never been to. Not inside anyway, I've gone past it. This is the Bank of London. And this is basically all of this bit got burnt and incinerated. There was a Greco-Romano complex inside it, the existence of the classical world. You can see they bricked up windows here. Inside there is the power of the Bank of England. And all of the money goes to the church. Look what they do with it. They spunk it on this stuff. Fucking brilliant. That was handy. Not like you can eat it or anything, is it? It's nice to look at, and for them lot. Trafalgar Square panoramic view. nobody about in the middle of London. And this is outside the Bank of England, right by there. This is actually not England. This is London, the city of London, which is a completely different concern. As you know, like Washington, D.C. is not a part of the United States. Same thing for this. It's like a mile square. They've got their own police force, which do not get on with the London Met, apparently. They got their own laws as well. It's completely different if you get arrested here than it is if you get arrested, say, in Hyde Park, which is why they have a load of protests in the Golden Triangle, where they all march down to Parliament Square, where they all trap them and then they nick them after. Because protests is entrapment. Protests is, that's not going to go down well on the dossier that they're writing about you, because they got dossiers on everybody, you see. And then there's like, oh, right, he's a bit of a communist dick. He was this, he was that. He was against Britain. He was against what they call democracy, or just the way we live and the way we've always lived, that has done us quite well up until now. And they're just about to be fucked over and upheavals, which I'm not really that happy about, but I can't do nothing about it. But I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm going to go with it, with a deeper understanding about reality and how to keep my mind fixed on the goal at hand. There's another one of those things, like in Glastonbury or in Torquay or all over the place. You see these tops of churches, if you like. Wow, that's an unbelievable picture. Thrones, whatever. So this year, right, is you gotta like, it's got the stone of Skewn underneath it, and apparently you can't be a king. So like since like Edward or something, Edward the Confessor, I think, or since like 1180 or something like that, kings have had to be crowned in this coronation chair in Westminster, all of them, and queens apparently, and they all got to sit on this stone, which is like, so what's so special about the stone? It's supposed to be a Scottish stone. This is Somerset House here and the Embankment, not far after its refurbishment or it had been built, going down to Waterloo. Waterloo. More Phoenician stuff with Waterloo, isn't there? Waterloo, the battle, the band ABBA, first record in the shitty Eurovision Song Contest. Why do they have the Eurovision Song Contest? Aren't Europeans embarrassed about their terrible music? Hi, Nora. I don't know. Anyway, it's not my realm. Just don't care. I'm just passing through. Another one of those. So it's just the same. It's like the top of a church with the Albert Memorial, isn't it? But it like right drives your chi up when you sit under that thing, which I have. This is an amazing building. This is the Royal Albert Hall, and all of the bas reliefs around there are all Phoenician mermaids, etc. Never been inside. Should have done. I did have a chance to go inside once, but I didn't bother. Okay. Right, let's have a look at Crystal Palace. They had, these are fantastic, these pictures. The Imperial War Museum had an exposition before the place actually burned down, 1920, as you can see here. And they filled it up with stuff from the First World War that they had left over. The First World War field gun and all of this stuff. Apparently, to go into the exposition. It's not as big as I thought, you know, guys, the front bit. Maybe it's just perspective, because it looks pretty low, like 3-story, isn't it? I thought it was a lot bigger. Check it out inside, though. Look at that for a color image. That is fantastic colorization, and look at the size of that gun. So I think they should shoot people in guns. I love human cannonballs. They're great fun. And you can land in a net and you don't die or nothing. Brilliant. You just fly. So I think I would have a go anyway, as long as you die. Look at the size of them bombs. They're to land in people's houses and back gardens and stuff. That's what they were designed for. And they had it on exposition. Claudite bags. Do you know what? The world changed when gun cotton arrived. Gun cotton, what an innovation it was in fucking armaments. We had to fuck about with all of those dangerous things beforehand, gunpowder, loading, blowing yourself up, blowing your face. And then they managed to get this cotton wool with nitroglycerine in it. And then you could put the gun cotton into cannon and change the whole game. So great invention is gun cotton. Not that I'm into guns and stuff and all of this cannonry. It's all for hurting people, isn't it? So I'm not really into that myself. I think it's stupid. And hurting people, right, to make money for those entitled fucking traitors to humanity. Yeah, I don't think so. Fucking no way, Jose, is what I say. So let's move on in this post. I don't know how long I've been talking now. 2 hours. I have 535 watching. Make sure to share this out. I don't know where everybody is. This is a juicy post this week. She hang on, let me try this, Carrie. She sells on the seashore. This is the city of Pola in Croatia. I've been to Croatia, but I haven't been to the city of Pola. And what you see is the existence of the classical world. This is what they call Rome, and it's very much still up and running and there. And it's supposed to be 2,000 years old, by the way. So there it is. Villa de Pola is a star-thought system, and it is in beautiful Croatia on the Adriatic Sea. And there is just a shit ton of Roman stuff left over. And the Phoenicians, he's got his trident. So is with the Phoenicians. Wonder what's inside those pillars. I've wondered the same myself. Okay, so yeah, they got a giant Colosseum in this city, and there is one that is nearly as big as the Colosseum in Rome, in France. But this one looks massive, just like the Colosseum. The size of that. So yeah, Croatia. I went there during troubled times. It was different. I went to Dubrovnik before the war, and it was beautiful, like Rome looking. And then a year or two later, the city was like an ex-city because it got bombed because they had that terrible bloody Balkan War, didn't they? Serbia, Montenegro, fucking Croatian. They're very volatile, these people from the Balkans, you know. Who knew? They don't get on. I knew about that years ago. I got told. I was at sea, my father saying, the Serbo-Croats, he used to call them. Said they're a troublesome bunch. You've got to keep them happy. They kick right the fuck off. They do. So, yeah, lovely photographs, these, quality. Yeah, they got beautiful weather, but I think Britain's going to be like Spain. I think Britain's going to have fantastic weather, and Spain and Portugal are going to end up having shit weather, and we're going to have brilliant weather. All right, what's going on with this? You can see one of those cymatic patterns in this church with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a load of aerials down there. This seems like it's lit up. Look at the age of that wall, guys. Couldn't even give that an age, could you? Look at that old guttering, rainwater. But it got forgotten about for 1,000 years. Nobody could do shit for 1,000 years. Apparently, the Romans left. Yeah, the Roman Empire fell, thanks to the Visigoths, and then everyone just got stupid. But then it all came back 1,500 years later with the Renaissance. Yay. Anybody know what happened? No. How did everyone get so smart all of a sudden? No. Okay. Huge megaliths there, aren't they? Don't look very Roman. This got a feel of Italy to it. The Croatians, beautiful country they got. There were ships at the end of the street there. That's nice. Nice HD quality black and white photographs of Croatia. Right, we're going to have images of the week now. I'm going to fly through these because time just flies. What are you saying, Squirrel Sniper, my bro? Diarrhea sandwich they ate. Oh, Isabella. Okay, you do that. You keep yourselves happy in chat, and I'll continue with the thing. Okay, so this is the classical world, right? As you can see, Hellenistic period, and you can see a load of Bacchusite types, but they haven't got shit all to do all day. They don't have to work because they don't. AI does it all. And they can just loll about all day doing philosophy, painting pictures, listening to Bob Marley. And somebody went off and collected all of the cherry blossom and poured it all over him. Nice touch, I think. Marble columns, everything, the best luxury. They had it going on. Now, not saying nothing. See, Cousin It knew about hair technology. He never cut it. I love Cousin. This is all Cousin It's. I love Cousin It's. I want one myself, actually. And Uncle Fester is a clue, surely, although it's a bit of an unfortunate name, isn't it? Fester, like Festoon. Fest. Is this a free energy clue? Like, I can make electricity with my mouth? I don't know. On my thumbnail is a Bacchant, and as you can see, the Bacchant, she has horns, and the Ovidian theme is horned people and part animal, part human, a bit like Bacchus himself. This guy is in the Congo, and this is not an AI image because I've had it since at least since 2018, 2017, around that period. People had horns. And bells on their toes, so they can make noise when they're going. Bells there. Ooh, look, that will sound lovely. Bells there. Oh, I like that touch. Bells on your toes. Bells on her fingers and bells on her toes. She shall have music wherever she goes. So I talked about this week, and the 100 reasons why this is fabricated in my last post. If you haven't seen it, make sure to go and check that out. People want this image. I haven't got a link for it, but people have emailed me and I have sent it to you. So if you want this image, martinlitica7@gmail.com, I'm happy to send it to you. Okay. And then you can check it out for yourself. It's a gigapix image, HD, and I've had it absolutely donkey's years. Here is Mercury with his Caduceus, a load of fallen angels. Absolute chaos in the realm right there in a Renaissance artwork. This is the dawning of the age of who gives a fuck, age of who gives a fuck. New ages, haven't you made enough money already? God, you're worse than the Red Cross. They've been collecting money for ages and everybody's still fucked. What about Heart Foundation? Everyone's still fucking dropping. Or collecting money for cancer. Have you heard it yet? Been collecting it since fucking 50s. But it's all good money. They're praying no one ever finds a cure for anything. The fucking cash cow fall through, won't it? This is the dawning of the age of who gives a fuck, age of who gives a fuck, who gives a fuck. Oh, what are we looking at? Sorry, I just got completely carried away with myself there. This is an unusual key, isn't it? It looks like a cyber key or a very important technological key from the past for something that we know nothing about. Maybe you should watch Twilight Zone. They can tell you everything about the place. So we had umbrellas in the past that would protect us from getting struck by lightning, grounded, which is awesome because people were getting struck really regularly in the past. I think it'd be nice. I'd like to get struck by lightning. I think it'd be horny. Maybe it won't be, but I'll give it a go anyway. So what we see here is the Faceless Knight. Okay, behind the Faceless Knight is a fasces. You see a fasces here? And a fasces here. These are the things that caused the Faceless Knight. But this Faceless Knight, he's a little bit different. He's got like an Ottoman helmet on. The lion. Everything is in this one, isn't it? The angels. all of that technology of the old world, and the Medusa, which is what you'll end up like with the fasces. Zappage, zappage, zappage. So jetpack babies are in the future. They're training them soon. They will. The Chinese are training babies to deliver on jetpacks. And everybody should have a jetpack one day. But dogs, cats, they all had jetpacks in the past, and they can just fly around with jetpacks. This is what the world we lived in was like. And also, imagine walking down the road, right, and a hand comes out of the sky and fluffs your hair like that. You'd be like, get off! What are you doing? Leave me alone! I don't like being touched unasked. That makes me nutty. That's dangerous, actually. And mud flood here. Everything's turned to mud. Everyone's like, oh, we're all dead in the mud. Everyone else is in bits and pieces, bits and pieces. One can only wonder. I think it's something to do with whoever's above us. They seem to suck, like literally. And you can see it here, golden hand through the dome, glitch in the matrix. Loads of demons fly in. Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do. They're just stupid. Demons like that. What are they going to do with a baseball bat? You'd be splatting demons in the fucking wall. Old CDs are brilliant for Zombie Armageddon, guys. You've all seen Paul, the one with Simon Pegg, that film. They run towards you, just throw CDs at them. Zombies, yeah? They're soggy anyway. They just splatter. They're brilliant. Keep your old CDs for Armageddon. Yeah, jetpack cats, jetpack birds. And the Germans were at it too. Jetpack animals. The vomitarian. I mentioned this earlier, didn't I? Eating things and throwing them up. I don't know what's happening here, guys. I think he has an upset stomach, though, and a bit of heartburn. Whew, imagine throwing that up. Oh, here we go again. Is this a happy place we're going to? Oh, that looks much more... got like long hair and everything, haven't you, Jesus? Yeah, it's much better. And I told that lady, and I had promised her, right, that I would not be anything blasphemous, and I'm not anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. I don't even know what's wrong with me. I'm trying to analyze myself. Why do I do it? Because I'm a truther. It was bad, Mama. They laughed at me. Bucket of blood. Bucket of blood. Can't children or kids be really unpleasant? I thought Sissy Spacek was sexy. I loved her. Especially like in the shower. But a mother was a religious fucking maniac. See what she done to us? See what religion does? No, you must get on your knees and pray. Don't be thinking about boys. All right. What happens eventually with cults and religion and all of that sexual repression, yeah, it turns bad. It goes weird. That's why they're all doing weird things, because they're holding it all back and not actually being themselves. I think that's what's going on. Because they all really want to be shagging, don't they? Of course they do. That's what it's all about. It's what it's everyone. They've had hundreds of wars over that. What do you think's going on? Yeah, nobody's talking about it, but that's what's really going on. It's all about that Ponami, you know. So Jesus got a fiery sword and a red cape because he's Superman, and he's got a scepter. God's got the holy hand grenade and the dove from above ready. Some of the angels have got. He's got the fasces, which is plasma, and he's ready with the laurel leaf for the new leaders, but we got to kill everyone else first. Look at this, the surging sea of humanity at the opening days of the Columbia Exposition in San Francisco land. Every single man, mostly except for him there, has a tit-for-tat hat. And not only a tit-for-tat, a hat, bowler hats. Very fashionable in San Francisco. I noticed they didn't take the scaffolding away on the opening day. Where are the women? There's one there, one there. Oh, there are enough women. There's a couple. Not that many, though. Maybe there was less women than men. Oh, so this is Marilyn Manson, that weird as fuck, horrible, insipid human being. His mother, right? He was in the member of the family, and his father was Charlie Manson, and his mother was Marilyn Monroe. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I'm not shocked either. Do you know what would happen if Gene Pitney married Whitney Houston? You get Whitney Pitney, a bit like that. So they had an electric bus in the past. Look, okay. Don't need petrol. Started with electric. We had steam power, and then it all went to petrol because basically the fossil fuel psyop. So this old map from 1680, found in the very trustworthy Vatican Library. Somebody said, "Oh, if you want any information, go to the Vatican." He's like, "Yeah, right. I'm going to." So there's an azimuthal equidistant of 1680. I found that fascinating, that they nearly got, in 1680, all of Australia mapped. You're probably wondering what the big blob is, aren't you? Well, this is Iceland and this is Greenland. What they're doing out there is because you couldn't fit them in here, so they magged them out and put them there. You see? No, Greenland, Iceland, that's Iceland, and that's Greenland. And they outwardly projected it from the azimuthal. But interesting, they're doing a flat Earth map in 1680. This was posted on Facebook, and there was like somebody who posted it said, "Oh, look, evidence for hidden lands." It's like, you didn't even read it, did you? You don't even do research. Drives me nuts when people don't do due diligence. So there is the exposition, the Crystal Palace, in 1930, after it mysteriously burnt down. Steel and glass burns. Ooh, we've got Bon Scott. What can be said of Bon Scott, guys? It's not many people that really were the real thing in the day. Michael Hutchins, gone. Bon Scott, gone. Jimi Hendrix, gone. He wasn't even an elite. The thing is if you watch Mark Devlin, right, and what he says about musical truth, which is really super interesting. I love that stuff. But he says all of the, or if not all, music industry people, because of their bloodline, their father, their mother, the military connections, like Jim Morrison, Admiral Father, and all of them. But in this case, he was born in Paisley in Scotland, and it wasn't a plumber, his father, but I don't think he was an elite. But he got super duper famous, but they bumped him off rapid. Got Brian, who was a carer for his mother, when they knocked his door and said, "Do you want to be lead singer of the biggest rock and roll band in the world, Bri?" And he was like, "Well, yeah." And then Back is Black. And then like Bon Scott, he's gone. I'm still not over it. All those years. When was that? 1985 or something. I'm still not even over it. It's weird. So let's have a look at the outdoor feasts they had in the classical era, because they don't have rain and stuff. Oh, okay. We got an Arabic visitor coming in, and he is staring at her. She's got something in her hand. This boy here is bringing this guy over a cup of something really special. And a dwarf, cute dwarf with a parrot. Oh, they're all right midgets in there. Don't feel sorry for them or anything. They got normal brains, like normal sized people. It's just they're little, isn't they? Oh, it's cute, isn't it? Oh, look what we got here. It's like that film, The Unusual Suspects, isn't it? Kaiser Selzek. Oh, what was his name? Anyway, it was an anagram of Lucifer, anyway. Kaiser, I don't know. I've never watched that film again anyway, because Kevin Spacey is in it, isn't he? We can't watch films with him in anymore, can we? Not with the rumours that have been spreading around. Even without any evidence, I'm still willing to believe it in his case. Okay, guys? Have you seen him? Oh, the Chinese are visiting too. A lot of booze and drugs going down. That's what was going on, isn't it? It's not all that bad, though. At least they got all their clothes on. What's Jesus doing here, though? Unusual setting for Jesus to hang out in, especially with all that drugs and stuff going down. I wonder what the music was. What's he saying? He's whispering in his ear. Do you do requests? That is exactly what he's saying. Do you do requests? Why are you staring at the camera? Fuck. What a weird photograph. This looks like a fascist, doesn't it? Would you like one of these? We all would, really, weren't we? We're not allowed to admit it in openly, are we? But this is an old Gatling gun. Isn't it lovely? Ah, not allowed to anything good. Right, 10 years, right, it took to build the International Space Station, the IFS, International Space Station. It took 10 years and more than 30 missions to assemble. It is the result of an unprecedented scientific and engineering collaboration amongst 5 space agencies representing 15 countries. But unfortunately, we don't have any videos of any of the missions. That would have been a brilliant advertising campaign, excellent business model. I could have earned a couple of billion off of showing videos of them actually putting a space station together. Whatever. Here is a member of the Yugoslavian Air Force. And she really, really likes her plane. Here is a bomber of the First World War. Now, this is only like less than 20 years after the Wright brothers had invented said Kitty Hawk. So like 1906, and this is 1916. 20 years later, the Germans have invented the bomber, okay? This long-range bomber that can drop huge bombs. Look at the size of it next to a normal biplane or triplane in that case. Don't know what this circle is here, but this is obviously a German camp of the First World War, an amazing German bomber. Yeah, rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. So, more drug stuff going on. These the Vestal Virgins. Now, there's a bit of a weird story. They tortured 1 or 2 of them who had sex and stuff. So, there's a load of women. They live in Rome. They do Vestal in, okay? I'm not going into details with that, but they have to remain virgins. Otherwise, they'll lose their psychic prophetic abilities. There's no profit in being a prophet if you're not a virgin. So, they got to lie and pretend there's nothing going on, okay? And I don't think they do regular checks either. They might do, I don't know. So back to the narrative for drugs in the Victorian era. Is she just shocked because this is a camera and she's having a photograph taken? Or are her eyes popping out of her head because she's on something? Either way, she looks very scary. Just stare into those eyes and see what happens to you. It's weird, isn't it? Your priest only likes dudes. Is that true, Lacey? That's unusual, isn't it? All like they got a load here, like they like the, you know, the bishop and stuff here is like woke people. Apparently, I can't even go into that, but apparently it's all groovy to. I don't want to go into it. I'm not allowed. So trains are amazing. This is how you got around in the old days in the West. Carry some logs and just sit there comfortably. No worries of going along on your train across that bridge. Look at that church there, or that weird building there, guys. Is that a mine? Could be. Besides that bridge they built. This is a picture of Cairo in the 1950s. So, all right, you got a little bit of an Arabic feel to it, but Miami? Let's have a look at the Egyptians. They look quite European, don't they? Well, that's because the Mediterranean's practically in Europe. So there's that. Health and safety, sport, all our fun. This was the size of the slides that we had as kids. I didn't actually have one that big. We did in Rove Park, but it wasn't like high to climb. Can you imagine in the modern day them allowing a kid to go up here? It's like if you fall off, you're dead anyway. And kids are bastards. They're always pushing other kids, isn't they? Fall off there. It's like, yeah, Tommy snapped his neck and fell off the slide. Is he dead? Yes, of course he's fucking dead. In the 1970s, people, right, this was unusual. You've seen this a lot, put plastic over their chairs. Now, in my mentality, you see plastic put down, that's murder plastic. You go and visit someone, they got plastic on the carpet, don't hang around, it's time to go. They got murder plastic on their chairs. Now, what it does, right, is it makes semen easier to wipe off. They never took it off when they had visitors. I went to visit like posh friends and stuff when I was in school, like at Michaelston, and they had plastic on their chair. And I was like, shit, it's a beautiful suite, but it's super uncomfortable. And I keep sliding off. Could you take the plastic off? It's not allowed. Is it on all the time? All the time. So it just stays new. What is the point? Sorry, I just don't understand. Maybe just I'm missing something. This was found in Scotland, in Fife in Scotland, and it was a load of Roman nails. Apparently, when the Romans retreated or fucked off back to whence they came, they thought that they would bury all the nails, all the metal stuff, so that basically it's a bit like scorched earth policy. Don't leave the enemy any cool shit. So apparently, tens of thousands of nails were buried. Roman nails. I wouldn't have come to that conclusion. That's what they say. There's no documentation to say that. They say, oh, they buried it because they didn't want to leave it behind. Whatever. Maybe one of those nails is the nails that crucified Jesus, and you've got to go through them all to find it, like a needle in a haystack, or a nail in a nail stack. Here are some. I like this. Let me just talk about this for a minute. These are some people. They moved out west. They started life in Ireland. They caught a ship. They went to New York, and then they got their horses and they went all the way west to Texas. Okay, and they built themselves a little homestead. Now he's showing off now. Ooh, look at you, grass roof. He's got himself a wreath, some plants. He's got himself a gramophone. Oh no, that's a sewing machine. Sorry, rocking chair. Lovely doggages. She's like, yeah, I've got a chair. King of the castle. 2 horses. This family, I don't think they got any children, no. They're cooking on gas, aren't they? They're doing really brilliant. So, you know, he didn't want much. They got everything they need, loads of food and stuff. And he's making a little bit of money, obviously, some selling cannabis or something. I like that anyway. So this guy, he's got a groovy job. He cuts the grass outside of the Capitol building on a steam-powered grass cutting machine in a bygone era. It does look like the stage of a Western, Matt Crane, but I like them. So I'm good at psychoanalyzation. Are you? I could psychoanalyze. I'm good at graphology. I can tell you anything about you. If you were a female and you spilled your handbag on the floor, I would be able to read all about you by the contents of your handbag, which would be really disgusting. No man will go into a woman's handbag. There's things in there that have been in there since the 70s. You get your hand bit off. So what the fuck is that? So we don't go into that realm. This is Einstein's office, the way it was left the day he died. Somebody went and fucking took a photograph. He's stashing something up here. He's stashing something here. He's a scruffy bastard, isn't he? Look at his books. Yeah. And what a smelly fucker. His hair was all over the place. He marries his cousin. He ain't even a dude. And he's a smelly fucker. Right. So here's a bit of the Americans with the Tatarian buzz going on. Load of ladies off to the bridge meeting. Gas-powered car. Check that. Gas-powered car. Doo-doo. Nice, isn't it? They need to catch up. This is Iran in 1969, before the Shah went nutty and made them all wear, isn't she probably pretty, burqas and stuff. But before then, they had normal things going on, like mini skirts and suntans and shoes. And all of these things are not permitted no more in the regime. What about David Lee broth? Contains high amounts of LSD. I love monorails. I had a toy one. I don't want to go into it because I'm going to start crying, but I had a present of a monorail train that got broke on my birthday by a jealous friend who gave me that tank up there as a commiseration present 40, 50 years ago. My hands are tied with him. I don't know, except that in a portal. Sorry. Here is Mother Teresa. Okay. I don't want to say anything derogative about her because I only got any hard evidence or proof that she was one of the biggest slavers in history, but it's probably true. If it's too good to be true, it ain't. That's one thing I've learned in this room. And when these fucking do-gooders, like Gandhi, fucking Mr. Do-gooder, they're obviously shits, aren't they? Like Mother Teresa. She's total shit, isn't she? And look at her. Oh, fucking hell, she got to hold her hand. Good way of finding enemy ships in the past is light them up with a big fuck-off light. They thought they were getting away with it. Great ships will sail in the clouds. The last wars will be fought in the skies. Men shall fly like birds in this coming age. That's probably H.G. Wells. But wouldn't that be brilliant to find enemy in the night? Shine them up, blow them up. Holy Mount Zion. Okay? You know in the Matrix where Zion is? Yeah. The map of nations of the ancient world. Everything is Jerusalem and a big fuck off thing. The Arabs, they're Shem. Lebanon, they're the Hams. So Japhet, he got Europe. So after the flood, yeah, Japhet got fucking Europe. Shem got the Arabs. And Ham, he's got Africa, which they're saying is Eden. And this is the ancient world. No shit, Sherlock. The islands of the Gentiles. Sounds a bit derogative, doesn't it? So this is Bath in Bath. That's what it looked like in 1888. It looked a little bit like Rome, minus the pillars and minus the scabs floating. And in the modern day, not that I wanted to go in there, but I was outside it, looked over the wall, I could see it. A lot of that stuff is now missing and added. This whole walkway and pillars are all new and added. Look. To make it look like Rome. In fact, this bit looks ancient, and it's not at all because it's not even there, is it? Just the bottom bit is the plinth here. From this bit here is there, and the rest has just been added. What a skank. Again, Disney Club fucking Romans. This is Grace Flick of Jefferson Aeroplane. I do love Grace Flick. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the trousers she got on. Didn't they have amazing clothes in them days and other things as well? So changed so much now. Oh, poor old Audie Murphy. I'm going to have an Audie Murphy moment. When you join me, 500 people, I'm having an Audie Murphy moment. My heart breaks. I don't think he wants to do all them shitty films. He comes back, has all that shit in the war, and then it makes him do 100 fucking films. It's sad, though. He died in 1971 in a horrendous car crash because that's what happens. Look at the sadness in his eyes. They made him actually act the murders, or the warring that he actually did. Look at his eyes. But I do love an Audie Murphy film, do you? Yeah, I fucking love Audie Murphy films. He can't act for shit, can he? So there we go again with the Van Eyck mirror and the unbelievable detail in that unbelievable candelabra. But this mirror is a mystery, and you can see how I just don't know how he done it. The reflection of the mirror and painted a second image in the mirror is just super duper genius, and it just boggles my mind. So here's a couple if really look like they're well to do. She's got a beautiful dress on, she's got a pair of horns though, and they're going to buy something weigh something in the shop, but look at the mirror. There's a couple in the mirror and buildings. They're not even there in the real world, are they? This is like a machine, like a sky. Ah, the crown jewels, not even worth nicking anymore. Nobody even gives a shit. Ah. So this is interesting. This is the Borough Pub, one of the oldest in Cardiff on St Mary Street. This is an old Greco-Roman building that's no longer there anymore, but the borough has grown. This is the Borough Pub. It's only 2 stories in the past. You can see the old ladder lean, and then it gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stories. It's next to a department store called Howells. The Borough Arms. It's one of the oldest. Beautiful, actually beautiful. I remember I used to go there when I was a kid. They used to have a pool hall, the Bodega. I remember the Bodega. That's a place in New York, isn't it? But this is in the Borough Arms. The Bodega was in there. It's a pretty crap pub, really. I don't think anyone's actually sold anything in there. It's just all like them people, isn't it? So the Borough Arms, mid-1800s, they say, so it's not even that old. This site was renamed the Borough Arms, 1961. Oh, fucking hell, I wouldn't even bother having a plaque. Look how old that looks. So they do a nice part of Guinness, though, I'll give them that. So the French, use the French, and they've got a beautiful big cathedral, what looks like a chateau-y thing, and an obelisk. Lots of wires going on there. And, ooh, Sydenhurst air balloon. Sydenhurst, or Hushton. I can't even say that. But they've got a fun fair here, and they had roller coasters in the past. And this looks like it might be a Mayflower thing. Yeah, I like a good old roller coaster. Look at this building. Buenos Aires. The size of that. It's got one building old there. They've got another one on top, and then that thing on top. Look at that on top of that, and that thing on the top of that. In Buenos Aires. Crazy that one, the size of it. Oof. Okay, this is maps of the ley lines, which is something I'm really interested in. And these are big. This is why the energies are so great in Britain, in this little island. There's so much going on. You know, we've invented so much, all the music and everything. We're only a tiny little island. It's like they can't manage shit in other places in Europe. Britain, they got it going on. The ley line here passes all the way just past the Cardiff here as well. This one in Glastonbury we've been on, but this one here is interesting. Just near Bournemouth, comes up through Salisbury Cathedral, Salisbury, and swaps through, goes right through Swindon, which is unusual because Swindon doesn't feel that groovy. Gloucester, ooh, it just gets bad vibes going there. I think it's something to do with Fred West. Here is the 1850s or 1860s, Edinburgh in Scotland. This is supposed to be a volcano. It was a star fort, Edinburgh Castle. They say this is an extinct volcano. Notice they got high tenement blocks in the 1850s. High tenement blocks. And this looks a bit like French or German, doesn't it? Oh, Edinburgh. So this is a star fort as well. I've got a map of it. I was going to show it. I made a video last night for 45 minutes. I got to the end. I was presenting a Gallica and they crashed it. Just killed the video, so I didn't bother presenting it. Bringing it out. Imagine having your roof like that, sitting there and looking all Madison Gardens. Looking down New York. Beautiful, wouldn't it? Love that, me. Never been in New York. I was there the other night in my dreams, though. Last night, I dreamt that I pulled the flush in an old-fashioned outside toilet with white painted bricks. And the toilet started to overflow. And it overflowed really quickly. And then the whole thing filled up with water, and I started to go roll and drown. But I got the door open, and I laughed it off because I thought it was really weird. But I think that's because I watched a bit of a horror film before I went to bed. I think it plays on my mind. Oh, what are we looking at here? I don't know. I actually shut off then. Syracuse in Sicily. I've been here myself, but unfortunately now in this period, the 1880s, there's not actually any people. There's a few there. The population. I've walked up this road. I remember it clearly. And there's a park, a little park on top here. But these walls were cited for, excuse me, Archimedes, and the Archimedes, invented the Archimedes screw. He invented giant slings that he used off the top of here. These are catacombs, ancient. Look at these things. Near Syracuse. And there's another Syracuse in upstate New York, isn't there? Look at that. Imagine that before it was actually blitzed, what it was. Adam Cook, good to see you, my mate. Victor Hugo. Oh, yeah. You want to see his funeral when he died? Oh, you're welcome. Thanks. So there's a lady in a crinoline gown there in the middle of a boy. A crinoline lady and a boy. I wonder what this bit is down here. Ancient amphitheatre. And them strange quarries and whatever they are again. I'm not aware of them. I've got pictures of them in maps as well. They're like huge catacombs that hold thousands and thousands of people outside of Syracuse. It's just blitzed, melted, and nobody about. Oh, I seen exactly this view being docked right by you. And this was all city as well, which is not there. That looks like it's full of water. Just looks melted, doesn't it? There's a wall on top as well. Wow, I'd love to know what that is. I'm going to do a little look digging in, find out. I got pictures of that. It'd be more information to bring on it. Look at that. There's a door down there. All of this was a building. The Syracuse. Oh, I don't speak Italian. Maybe Nora can tell us what that says. Dionisio. Something to do with Dionysus? Dionysio? Possibly. God, look at this ancient antiquity. Man, oh man. This is Rome, what they call Roman. What have we got here then? So, I don't know if these are gutters just running the water down, but you've got the cross of David in there. And over here, don't know. It's got a Moorish feel to it, though, wouldn't you say? For Italy. But the Phoenicians were in Sicily as they were in Cyprus. And there's a doorway under there. As far as I know, it was an enclave. So there's a big Phoenician presence here. Wobbly columns. God, look at the suntan on him. See the Phoenician banding. Reminds me of a spaghetti western. Down. God, Clint Eastwood is epic. He's still around now. He's still alive. He's like 100. It's like Kirk Douglas died, didn't he? Like 103. He had a fucking good life, though, didn't he? Some of these actors. So I can't believe Stevie Wonder is only 75. I couldn't even believe it when I read that this week. It was like, how can that be? I was listening to him as a little kid. My mother was listening to him. Because apparently he was really famous in 1963, but he was called Little Stevie Wonder. And apparently Michael Jackson and Jackson 5 were all based on Little Stevie Wonder. First number one, what was it called? Oh, fucking hell. Stevie Wonder's first #1. Apparently, he's the youngest recorded #1 in American history. So, yeah, he was 75, still young then. Oh, I don't need to fucking research on the live event, do I? Anyway, still 500 of you. You're grateful for that. Okay. Yeah, he better be fucking blind. Time traveler, he could be. Look at this thing melted. I wonder what happened. Zapparoni, isn't it? Whew. Amazing pictures. Orecchio. Orecchio. There's a door, chambers, windows. Whew. Large amphitheater, that is. Amp meaning two uses. Whoa. What the fuck are we? This is the grotto I got pictures of. It's expansive. It goes right into the hillside. It's massive. You want to see it? I got it in a Kirshner book. I should do. Honest to God, it's mind blowing. I couldn't believe I posted about it. I've already done that. That was years ago. But this place is massive. Look at that. God, how'd they cut that out then? In antiquity. There's a building on top of there. Where did the rest go? Paradiso, paradise. Oh, I'd love to know what was in there. That's mental, isn't it, guys? How many hours have I been actually talking? Past 7, past 8, past 9, past 10. Coming up to 3 hours. Okay, moving on. I was going to do Anonymous Bosch, but I've done enough of that. No, there's stuff happening in the arena. This is happening. A lady called Elizabeth is organising it, apparently. I don't know anything about it, her or any. But the people in it, myself, Guy Anderson is in it, and Michelle Gibson's the only other one I know, and Campbell, our Campbell. This lady here is organising it. There's other people to be speaking as well. So it's a virtual online convention on the 14th of June, which is in a month or so's time. I don't think it's tickets. I'm not even actually sure. It's donation. You donate to it or something. Yeah. So, but all of these people, and we're going to give up their time for this lady. And as I am too, 10 expert speakers. They're all talking about Tartaria. So I think I'll talk about flat Earth. Yeah, I'm going to talk about flat Earth and Tartaria. Canada, maybe I'll talk about the four corners, the Hyperborea. What do you say? Okay. And this has been ongoing since before COVID. This is the Italian job. This is my brother Albino in Italy. And he's flat Earth author, Albino Galappini. And he's trying to organise again, because it all went to shit after the final experiment and people going turncoat. So he stopped. But he wants to get it going again. So it's a meetup and a convention. And if you are interested, because he's going to try and get like some speakers out there, you can contact him there. You see that? And there's also a WhatsApp number. I'll leave that up for a second if you want to jot that down. Mr. Marmot, my parents told me what would happen. I think my mother gave me brilliant advice in life. Should listen to her a lot more, but I was stubborn. So fingertips. Thank you, Mr. Stevie. Yeah, #1, 1963. So yeah, we're trying to get some interest going and get some people. We'll all meet up in St. Marco's Square, apparently. So that is on. That's what we're going to try and do as well. So yeah. That's been me for a minute. Let me come back. That's been my Flaterday efforts. 500 of you in chat. Nearly coming up to 3 hours. Thank you so much. Where's the buy Martin a beer button, Lazy? I don't really drink beer unless my girlfriend's over or anything like that. Because I'm working all the time. People send me endless YouTube videos, and If I watch YouTube videos, how would these videos get done? Because like literally, it's a shit ton of research, reading, and things and concepting, and I have to keep myself inspired in life by not sitting on my ass doing nothing, and being inspired by people and nature. Garden gardeners, there you are, kind of dummy. There ain't nothing wrong with getting your grift on. I like that. There ain't nothing wrong with getting your grift on. That's not a song. Don't worry about it. Vibes, Mr. Marmite. Be blind, get rich. Kind of dummy. Nobody owns info. Thank you for that. I agree with that. So yeah, a Rise Above weekend. That's like a party for 3 days. Myself, allegedly, Dave's going to be there. Dave Murphy and others. That's going to be a good bash. That's down Bournemouth, not far from the beach. Well worth a go. Quite cheap as well for 3 days. And the hotel, the Celebrity Hotel, pretty good venue, big venue, loads of chairs, loads of seats. I mean, so I had D'Angelo, my bro, goes on. So I'm thinking of having a thing, but I'll do it like closer to solstice. It's all in the thinking about it thing, sending it out into the ether. Thank you, Alva Billy. When he says that, Alva Billy, I know it's true. Enjoy. So did you enjoy tonight's episode? Was it fun? Was it informative? Was it beautiful? Good. Ron Ernest. I look forward to Flaterday. I haven't missed an episode for years. Lots haven't, Ron. I think, like, as I watch, I've been on the fucking scene for 10 years, and to me, I don't know if I'm just being biased, but I think my stuff's really mind-blowing and really moving and really fucking wicked compared to all the other, a lot of other YouTube channels. That's what I think, but I am biased. Love you, Romanian Bear. Good to see you, my brother. And AV Amaya has given me $20. Here is something, bro. It's not much. Well, I really, truly appreciate it. I can tell you that. Thank you so much. Yay. Marianne, who's my friend Dimps. And Kimosabi. Lovely Kimosabi. You just want to ride your motorcycle. I do. Get a motor running. Get on a highway looking for adventure. Whatever comes my way. I'm going to take the world in a love embrace. Rachel, good to see you. Brace. Oh, I just said brace. Brace yourselves and have a good time, everyone. Is this from like earlier? Okay, Alva Billy vibes. Carrie and Spider. Tartaria. Thank you, Hippie Shake Sweetness. So, yeah, like this video if you did. That'd be really cool. But don't worry if you don't want to. Doesn't matter. I'm happy just being here. Thank you, Hippie Shake, you sweet person. She's linking up my stuff there. I'm going to pin that. Thank you. Okay, much love to you all. I got to get going because I'm actually seeing double and things. So it's not good. How would you pronounce that, lady? Let me have a look. Iontra? Oh, I never know with them dashes and stuff on foreign words. I can never get it. Rachel, thank you for that, lovely. Millie, thank you for that, lovely. Ooh. So that's what we do. We that's how we roll here, guys. We stay groovy. Okay. 0 fucks given. Loads of love, loads of awesome vibration, loads of cool, groovy people. People who suck, they just can't come near Flat Earth British guys. They like shrivel up, like, what is that? What is that? It's like, it's called love. I don't like it. We. Julia, Mr. Rasta, my brother. Thank you, bruv. And Pig Dog, good to see you. Another wonderful presentation. Okay, well, do the honors, like and thing, and I'll be happy. Cool, Brooks. Photos and everything else. Oh, cool. I will link that Book of the Damned. I don't know whether you've read it, but you only got to go on Internet Archive to find any bookages. Most of them are on there. I've got thousands. I got like 20,000 books, more even. So there is the Book of the Damned, which is a really cool book. But like I said, Charles Fort's a right tosser. He makes up all sorts of silly shit. King Kush, Big Kush. Dew City, my friend, Dew City. All the best. Thank you, Bear. Much love to you and your family. And Michael, much love to you as well. And Hugh, I haven't seen you jokes. We are Wov. We are the Wov. We are Flat Earth British. Thank you, Laurie. Lots of love and peace and fuzzy things. Yeah, floofy. Lots of floofy things is what we like. I like floofy. Thank you, Martin. I feel great now. Do you, girl? Do you feel floofy? My mother used to say, "Oh, you're awfully wicked, aren't you, Martin?" I'd go, "Yes. Yes, I am proudly." Corinne. Good night. Christine. Wicked in a good way, though. Anyway, I'm going. Because it's 3 hours and my head is buzzing. We're talking for so long. LFX, thank you for being here. And Squirrel Sniper, who's been punching out videos lately and doing quotages that ain't even AI, which I quite like. Oh, I'm reading it on my channel at 11:30 by the fire. What? Book of the Damned. Oh, there you go. That's really good. It is a mind-blowing book. I have covered it extensively, so there's no point me reading it all. Martin, thanks for letting hang out. So thank you, 16 Alpha. Much love to you, brother. And Jihad, thank you. Almost caught it. I got to get going. Oh, God. So, yeah, I'll be back in a day or two. Keep an eye on my community page. Lots going on. And videos, content. I've got so much of. It's just finding the time to be able to produce it all, what with life things. And the weather being so gorgeous outside. I love the summer. Happy? Okay, see you soon. Stay epic. Let me do it though, even though I got a bad thing. Wiggly flat thumbs. Okay. Okay, I gotta go do stuff. See you later.